destroying all of the Batarians every time.
Pretty much, yeah. Anyway, we're live. Talking about Mass Effect and romancing aliens, because that's fun. Who doesn't like that? Anyway, it's us. Hello, welcome back. Dragon's Greed Gaming is here, and I gotta get some background music going. There we go. You're joining us for Frontier War, our alien campaign run, episode 30 tonight. And we got the whole crew here, even though it doesn't look like it. Scaarr is actually here tonight. He's just a little camera shy. So, yeah, but the whole gang is here. So
You got a new haircut.
Yeah.
Lost a bit of shape.
It looks so cool it would blind your eyes, so I'm saving you all.
It's true. We need to let it
What are
settle
you, a
down for a week.
biblically accurate angel?
Pretty much.
I'm the son of Zeus.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you know the usual. Check us out on all of our socials. I won't go through the massive list because you guys should know it at this point. And if not, we are going to have a website very soon, and all of our socials will be there. So I only have to tell you to go to one place and not 6 different places. But check out the Patreon too, because that's an important one. They're all important. Whatever you do, like, subscribe, follow, put money in the Dragon's Hoard. All of it helps. We appreciate it all. And yeah, we got a website coming soon. It's under construction. Hoping to have it done in the next week or so. And what else? What else is going on? I feel like we were doing something else. Oh, we did our Christmas special today. That was cool. Sean was at the helm. Did some hot zombie action in End of the World, old out of print game. Very cool. Hoping to do that again sometime.
Definitely.
Yeah, should be good. But anyway, welcome back. We'll do our usual round table. I'll do my recap, and we will dive in. Got a good show planned for you tonight, as always. But I'm pretty excited about it because we're in between missions. Those are always my favorite to see what the crew's getting up to. Some of the drama we've got here and there. So we'll start it off. Scaarr, welcome back. We missed you. The brood is complete once again. It's not the same without O'Connell here.
Thank you. With Brood, are we like Zergs?
Well, we're a brood because we're dragons, right? It's Dragon's Greed. So it's a brood of dragons.
There.
But I will also accept Zerg is also a correct answer. All about the Zerg.
Why? Because our leader's super hot. Anyway,
Yes, dude, I've got a StarCraft 2 poster right above me with the Queen of Blades and a bunch of Marines getting murked. So, oh yeah, I'm all about Kerrigan. I won't lie.
Right on. Right.
Alien or
StarCraft...
human, Kerrigan. I'll take either.
Yeah, StarCraft 3 win. Blizzard, stop sucking, please. God.
Hard to do. Hard to do.
I don't really have anything to report. I don't know what was said last week, but I've been very occupied, so I haven't really been able to do much.
Well, we told people that that your wife had to have some surgery. That's why you weren't here, but we didn't go into any details. We wish her our best, and we're happy to hear that she is doing better. So, and we're happy that you're back because I can't do the O'Connell accent like you can. So
He tried really hard.
Well,
I tried like
this recording now. But yeah, no, that kind of eclipsed Christmas for us. It was just kind of, I was just kind of all hands on deck type situation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you?
Oh yeah, Christmas happened.
Yeah, it's fucking Christmas. Did you do anything other than rest?
It's a family dropped by, but they had to leave. It was just she's just needed to rest a lot, so. Yeah, it was a pretty chill week.
Good.
For her.
Okay. Good. All right. Sean is back after having the high of being in control earlier today.
Oh yeah, I love power. It's great.
Just gonna need you to reel that in a bit.
Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm playing PFC Cruz. He's still a marksman, even though he doesn't normally do a whole bunch of headshots. It's just, that's his class. It's not really how he defines himself. And he had a bad time last week. It was not good.
It was rough. Yeah. What'd you do for Christmas?
Hung out with the familia.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. I've met none of your family, so.
Yeah, they live like an hour away from me, so you that would be like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, we don't got time for that.
No.
All right, but it was good?
Yeah.
All right, doesn't want to talk about it. Moving on. Eric, how are you?
Good. Tonight I'll be playing Corporal Tagar. I think I ended up doing pretty good last week. So not as many fights as I normally in, I guess.
Oh, really? I thought you avoided the family altogether. Did you actually see anybody?
Yeah. Nope. I got the like expected like Merry Christmas text, but that was it.
That's about as far as it went.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So we just stuck around the house. Kids had a good Christmas. We had a good Christmas, and yeah.
Good.
I'm off work. My job tends to like put all of our flex holidays into the last 2 weeks of the year.
Okay.
So they kind of like shut down, and so instead of getting things like President's Day or Martin Luther King Day or something off, they just put them all at the end of the year. So we get like a week and a half, 2 weeks off, and then we just fill in the rest with PTO if we want.
So
Pretty awesome.
Does everybody get like the same time off? Like everyone's off for like 2 weeks at the same time?
Mostly, yeah.
They mostly come at night.
Yep. So get to kind of recharge.
All right, cool. Scaarr, while we're doing this, or Sean, can one of you do the shout out in Discord if someone hasn't already for going live? Well, that leads us to Bunnilla. Welcome back. How was Christmas in LA?
Well, I went down to San Diego for Christmas. So I visited my dad and sister there.
Okay.
And then we went over to my uncle's place to go, enjoy a nice Christmas dinner, which I ended up getting bit by his dog on my hand. Nice little puncture wound.
Nice.
But other than that, family politics is just what I wanted for Christmas. Just
Are they like left wing, right wing? What's the deal here?
Trump supporters all the way.
Really? Damn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel you,
Gotta
Doc.
love
It's
it.
interesting.
My family is.
It's interesting how all of our parents are Trumpers, but none of us are. Weird how that works.
Maybe it's a generational thing.
I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to buy a house for a nickel and a handshake. Okay.
Yeah. Here's 2 sheep. Have your way.
As we
Try pulling yourself up by the bootstraps.
right. Yeah.
I tried pulling myself up by their bootstraps and it still didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even get bootstraps. I can
avocado
only
toast.
afford the boots. As we alienate our entire boomer audience here on Dragon's Creed.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
But I mean, other than that, Reed's just ready to just probably get his shit beat into him from his fellow squad mates after last mission.
Yeah. Things went a little hairy, didn't they? Got a little dicey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that in just a second. I'm your host, the Great Unclean One, and my Christmas was spent alone. I made Chinese food that I bought. It was fucking great.
It looked really good.
It was. It was some Panda Express rice, and then I got some Mongolian beef and some pork bao, and it was awesome. There was enough for 2 servings.
I love
It was
bao.
great. It was so good. And I started watching Aliens Expanded. Finally, I've had the thing for like 2 or 3 months, and I finished it today. It's a 4-hour-long documentary. It is fucking awesome, man. They go through like almost pretty much every scene in the movie chronologically, and they've got all the cast that are still alive there, plus James Cameron, his wife, and some of the other like artists and special effects people, musicians, and it is just absolutely phenomenal. So if you are a fan, go check it out because you will learn a lot of cool little stories they talk about. I got like the collector's edition, so I actually got the t-shirt with It's got Newton Ripley there, and then like all the scenes from the movie on there. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, very, very good documentary. Check that out. What else have we been up to? Well, I went to Games Workshop today to pre-order some Empire stuff for Old World. My boys are back. Very exciting. Eric's been working on some 3D prints for me for some bases, so we're going to get some Chaos Warriors done pretty soon. We had game day last week and stumbled through more Dark Souls, the new edition. And the achievement race. I don't want to say it's coming to an end because it feels like I've been saying that for 2 months, but we have reached 87% in Dead by Daylight. And we finally got through some of the really nasty ones, got through some of the really hard ones that I thought were going to take forever. But there's still a few left to chunk through. So, catch up, Scaarr. Catch up, buddy.
Gonna have to.
I got very lucky with a few of them, though. But, yeah, so that's cool. Other than that, yeah, had the day off work for Christmas. That was great. And then literally the moment we got back, just outright disaster as usual. So all my time off from my week off, the stress immediately returned. So that's cool. Other than that, my stepbrother is in town. So he was going to swing by tomorrow. We're going to get some lunch. And I don't know if his wife or kids are going to be with him, but whatever. It'll be cool. Haven't seen him in a while. And yeah, all my family lives out of state, so I don't have to deal with any of that shit around the holidays, which is great.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. I watched TV, worked on the website, and played video games all day. It was fucking great. So, yeah, as it should be. Anyway, we're going to dive in here. A little bit of a recap, especially because Scaarr wasn't here last week, and then we will get to what we're getting to. So, last we left, you guys were still on board Telos Station, an old decommissioned Weyland-Yutani network hub that was still, well, it was sending off some sort of broadcast that the UA had picked up, and you guys had determined eventually that it was being used as a black site for Project Marana, which you guys have learned is this UPP project dealing with xenomorph dreams. It was broadcasting this signal 2 parsecs in every direction. It seemed to be the source of all the terrible dreams you guys were having. You were ordered to board it, find out what was going on, get any information you could, shut down the signal, and potentially take any prisoners that you could. We had a sweet android kung fu fight in the control room. The glass got blown up and it started to decompress. And then we ended where you guys had met Dr. Savina and captured an MSS agent. And then, last session, the doctor cranked up the broadcast, and all of you started to feel the dreams of the alien once again. But this time, surprisingly, it was not O'Connell who succumbed to the Queen's dreams. It was Reed, who felt that his mother was imprisoned in the coolant tank and eventually left O'Connell dealing with the MSS agent to go free her. And while Tagar and Cruz captured the doctor, you discovered that Reed was freaking out, losing his shit, and trying to free his mom, as he put it. You guys realize he was letting the alien queen out of the coolant chamber and awakening her. As this happened, a ship basically crashed into the station, and someone began boarding the station. Cruz set up a demo charge on the door that they were going to try to make their way through. And you eventually got Reed under control, but not before the alien queen got out. Luckily, she seemed to... You guys hid in the control room of the reactor room, and she made her way up to the floor where you guys had previously been, where the control room was and where the ship had docked. While this was happening, You had secured a bunch of political prisoners that the android, Sergei, had told you about. You found his missing friend, Chief Engineer Maslov, who you discovered was the one who had leaked the station's location to the UA. And you had basically a whole group of prisoners and or people you had rescued. You sent O'Connell down to the lowest deck to get these people in spacesuits, where he ran into a few SOF soldiers. And while this was happening, the other SOF soldiers and the dropships were on their way back to the station. And even though we'd already kind of preemptively revealed it, we discovered that Commandant Vuvu was on board one of those dropships. And they boarded. You guys were going to go try to deal with whoever was on the station. And while this was all going on, like kind of a standoff at gunpoint between you guys and the UPP. Eventually, when she recognized you guys, kind of had a truce. And then you were able to get into some of the cameras, and you saw several members of the Cult of the Two Divines are the ones that were on this mystery ship. Everybody thought it was going to be commandos of some sort, but it was the cult. And they were being led by a familiar blonde-haired woman, Mishka the android. And the queen killed a few of them before she came face to face with Mishka, and Mishka held up her hand to the rest of the cult to stop doing anything, and the queen seemed to then ignore them and got on board their ship, with the rest of the cult joining the alien and taking off. At this point, you made a deal with Vuvu to try to stop them. Unfortunately, their dropships were unable to do enough damage, and the starship went into FTL and escaped the system, leaving the Cult of the Two Divines with an alien queen, somewhat in their clutches, one might say. You then left the station with Engineer Maslov. There really wasn't room to bring anybody. You wanted to take Sergei and Dr. Savina at least, but there wasn't enough room. You learned that the reason Sergei betrayed the UPP is that his former wife had tried to defect to the UA, and when she was caught, she was executed in front of him by the UPP. And so that told him, that gave him all the, all the encouragement he needed to say, fuck the UPP. And he decided to leak the location to the UA. However, you were able to get pretty much all the data off the station and secured a bunch of hard drives and stuff like that, and got a ton of information, which you then discussed with Lieutenant Casados when you got back on the Tamb'itam. She was still the only other person out of cryosleep at that point, and that is more or less where we ended. So, anything else before I dive in here, fellas?
No.
Okay. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to switch it on over to, what's his face? That guy no one liked. Schmidt! That's the guy.
Fucking guy.
We're going to see what he's up to really quick, and then we'll come back to the Tamb'itam and see what our squad is up to here. So
Hopefully they're loading them into a Mox.
Damn.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
You guys are bullies.
All right, let me mute you guys for a minute here. And whoops, I just muted Bunnilla. That's the wrong one. That's the one we actually need. Okay. All right, so Bunnilla, Sergeant Schmidt. So after your time on this UPP-controlled planet, KOI-571.02, you eventually return to the Ares, Colonel Spear's flagship, and it is during this time that your squad then helps deliver the workers that were on the Uvula back, basically back to the colony they were headed to. So you basically are assigned with your squad to help bring the cryopods of these people from the Ares back over to the Uvula. And while you guys are on board the Uvula, you help your squad as they disable all the working Joe androids. So the UPP, obviously being, kind of poor in the grand scheme of things, they tend to use working Joes a lot because they're cheap, and they don't give a fuck about androids. So you help disable the working Joes. You bring the working Joes back to the Ares, and even though you're not part of the second thing right here, you do learn that the androids are having their records wiped and being reprogrammed so that the UPP crew has no idea that you guys boarded their ship at all. And then once this is done, the working Joes are put back on the Uvula, and it's allowed to complete its journey and make its way to KOI-751.02 as if nothing happened. So, is there anything you would try to do during that time as you're helping with the androids and moving the crew back and forth between the ships?
I guess, am I able to notice if they're storing any of the data after they're wiping it from these droids?
Give me a... Well, how are you trying to figure that out?
I guess it depends. How are they wiping it? Are they taking out the chips, or are they just plugging them in?
You're not actually allowed in the area where they're doing this. You hear this from other members of the squad that you're part of now.
Okay.
It just seems like it's not something you guys are physically doing. Like they're letting the eggheads do that. So the Marines don't have any part of that.
Okay. I guess maybe during a lunchtime, if I see some of the eggheads, sitting about, I'm trying to overhear any conversations they might be having.
Okay, give me a... Let's see. I would say give me a stealth or mobility, because you're trying to obviously not draw attention to yourself. You're trying to eavesdrop. Or you could do survival, if that's any better.
Survival... No, mobility would have been about the same.
Okay. Alright. No, you don't overhear anything that lets you know one way or another. You just hear that they're wiping them. And you find out the reason why. They're doing this so that the UPP has no records. The answers are like, hey, by the way, while you guys were in hypersleep. But other than that, yeah, you don't know if they're keeping the data or just wiping it.
Okay. I guess other than that, nothing else aside from sending that message out to O'Connell in secret at some point.
Okay. And when you say in secret, what do you mean by that?
I guess just as encrypted as I can, so that way it's not really, it's harder for them to track back to me that I sent it.
Okay.
Because I know me and I'm not supposed to be releasing information.
Okay. Give me a Comtech roll then.
Right.
The more successes, the better.
Oh, can I push that?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all we need to do with Schmidt. So let's get the others back in here.
All right.
And we have the squad here and ready to play. All right.
Nice.
Don't worry about those rolls. Nothing to see here. Just a little Sergeant Schmidt espionage going on. Par for the
Dun,
course.
dun, 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 dun.
Should we play the...
Little bit of
Didn't
James
hear a
Bond.
word you said
Oh.
there, Eric. By the way.
I was gonna say play some Metal Gear
Oh, no.
theme song, like the death song. Snake.
How well those inputs are getting jammed into his back.
Techie's trying to undo him. No! No!
Snake. Okay. Let me just check my notes here. Okay. So, let me go over what you guys discovered, because there was a big info dump last week, and I know, Sean, you took notes, but I want to make sure there's really no confusion here, because there's a lot of nebulous shit, and for Scaarr's sake, too. So
Okay, yeah, let me just scroll all the way down to my notes. So.
yeah, I'll give you 8 seconds, okay?
Okay. All right, we're good.
All right. So, upon going over the data that you got from Talos Station, you guys determined or have confirmed the following things. First, the UPP has 2 bioweapons programs. The first is called the Dark Star program. This is their attempts to turn the alien, which you guys have now learned has been classed as species XX121, that's the classic black xenomorph. The Dark Star program has been their attempts to try to find a way to control the alien and weaponize it. You have determined that through that, they have started to focus more on a different alien, which we know as the Neomorph from Covenant, the white alien with no face. And their version is called the Heelmoth, the version that they've made. It's a variant of the Neomorph. And you've learned that the UPP seems to have the mentality that XX121 is far too dangerous to use as a successful bioweapon because they cannot find a way to control it. It seems that the creature adapts even on a biological or cellular level if any sort of DNA resequencing or anything like that is done. It seems, as Dr. Malcolm once said, life finds a way. So they instead have been focusing on trying to figure out a way to make the Neomorph more useful, because the Neomorph, the basic crux of it, the regular Neomorph, because it has such an accelerated metabolism, it burns out really quickly. So the main thought, it seems, that everybody has in this war is, if we could just drop aliens on an enemy base, we don't have to risk human soldiers, and we take over the base. Well, the problem with the xenomorph is you do that, they make a hive, and now you gotta fight a million xenomorphs, and that defeats the purpose. The neomorph eventually dies because its metabolism burns itself out in a couple hours or a couple days. So the theory is they drop a bunch of neomorphs there, maybe even one, that does the trick, and then by the time you show up a couple days later, everybody's dead, including the aliens, and you don't have to fight anybody. So that's what the UPP is focusing on. Their second program is called Project Marana, which this has stemmed from the fact that the Dark Star program has not yielded the results they want, especially with XX121. So they instead have been trying to use the dreams of the Xenomorph Queen and turn that into some sort of weapon. Their experiments led them to realize that prolonged exposure to the Queen's dreams will drive a human insane and eventually have them causing all sorts of mass violence and destruction. Androids seem to be immune to this effect, hence why you found multiple androids in UPP facilities also being experimented on. Well, I shouldn't say being experimented on. They've really been the success of the project, able to actually view the Queen's dreams, record them, write them down, make pictures, and not go insane. You learned that the whole point of Talos Station was they were testing this out, and it was working. It was a 2 parsec radius, which is a pretty big chunk of space, and the next step was to try to get Talos Station fully back online, tapped back into the network, and then unleash the signal on all of colonized space to try to terrorize the UPP's enemies. Although you did not shut the station down, you believe that without the Queen and the fact that you pretty much took and or wiped all their data, that Talos Station is no longer a threat. You also learned a Colonel Dr. Bella Balaz, I'll put his name in chat if we don't have it from last time, is the head of the UPP bioweapons programs. There's a lot of notes and stuff from him in these files. You also learned that how this all seems to have gotten started is after the events of LV-426, the UPP sent a ship there to try to recover xenomorph samples. Unfortunately, when LV-426 went critical, because the reactor was overloaded, as we know from the film, there was nothing there for them to get. And this began a bit of suspicion between the UA and the UPP, because the UPP were deep in UA territory, and their presence was noted. Somehow, sometime later, a UPP station called Rodina Station acquired xenobiological samples. And this began their research into the alien. For some unknown reason, that station was lost, and sometime later, the MSS, who you've learned and probably could assume have spies throughout their enemy's territory, were able to procure 3 XX121 queen embryos from a group that you have learned is called, a group called Deep Void, and Deep Void is the group supposedly running Project Life Force, which you have since learned, and now with all this data seem to confirm Project Life Force is the UA bioweapons program trying to weaponize the alien. You learned that their version of XX121, their variant, is called the Biodrone, and it has this kind of red-toned carapace, which you guys saw. I think you guys saw a dead one on the crashed ship in Blaze of Glory. You don't know who or what Deep Void is. No one seems to know anything about that, but the UPP seems to acknowledge their existence in this information you have recovered. Also, Cruz got addicted to nap relief last session.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
And I did finish the rules for you.
Oh,
so
great.
Yep.
So excited.
So, I know that was a lot, but basically, the Cliff Notes, UPP has 2 bioweapons programs, Dark Star, Project Miranda. Dark Star is turning the alien into a weapon. Project Miranda is turning the alien dreams into a weapon. Colonel Dr. Bella Belez is the head of the UPP weapons. UPP has developed a version of the neomorph called the Heomorph. They also have the Anathemas, which is infecting people with the accelerant, the black goo. Turns them into horrible monsters. That doesn't seem really effective. It's too uncontrollable, but it has something they've obviously dealt and tested. The classic xenomorph has been codenamed XX121. Project Life Force is the UA group, is the UA bioweapons program, and is supposedly being controlled or run by a group called Deep Void, and their success so far seems to be the Biodrone, which is a variant of XX121. And everything that you've read multiple times, at least from the UPP's perspective, multiple different people are pointing to the fact that the UA started this research, and the UPP is trying to catch up, and they feel they need to do this because if the UA gets these aliens as bioweapons and the UPP does not have them, the UPP is going to be at a huge disadvantage. So, any questions on any of that?
Nope.
I don't think so on that. I do have a question about the ship, though.
Okay.
So, usually we get woken up from stasis.
Yes.
do we have like bunks or like our own rooms outside of that, or do we sleep in stasis like when we're
Yes.
like is that just
you're-
like our designated spot?
No, because you're not always sleeping in stasis. You only sleep in
Yeah.
stasis if the ship has to go FTL.
Yeah.
And for shorter journeys, or if you're, like, for example, when you guys were above orbit of Pandora after you fought off the UPP invasion, they didn't put you guys in stasis because there was still other shit you had to do. So it isn't, but yeah, there is like a barracks and a regular, like, bunks and stuff that you would have as well.
Okay, so we could
Yes.
potentially tie Cruz to his bunk if we have to.
Oh, yeah.
And you can definitely sneak Weaver in.
Oh, more importantly.
Ye-
Priorities,
I don't
Weaver,
believe
then
in
Cruz.
sneaking, but okay.
We're gonna tie Cruz down. Herschel's gonna feed him for a week. We'll get past this addiction.
Spoon feed.
Nobody knows he's addicted
Yeah,
yet, though. That's the thing. He doesn't even
I
know he's
don't
addicted
even know I'm
yet.
addicted. Yeah.
It starts off subtly. You're going to find that
Yeah.
first empty bottle and be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Then you're going to find the whole
Really?
stash of bottles in his, locker and be like,
Ooh,
oh,
a piece of candy.
we have a
Then you're gonna-
exactly.
You're gonna find me hacking mother. Give me the Nepalese.
Yeah, trying to change the quantity from a 0 to a 9.
Mother, please, we need it.
I need.
Come on, mother, just give me that shit, man. I need it.
I'll
It's
hold
gonna
on to
be
it
an
for the
itchy
squad.
weekend.
We'll be.
Listen, yeah, we need Napoli for this mission so much.
Come on, mother,
I
I'm
think
good for it.
you are the reason we had this mission at all. So I mean,
Yeah.
and you got a lot. You got plenty.
That's why I took my extra.
Not anymore because he downed it all, yeah. So
I thought we were gonna fight a queen.
yeah, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a second dose. Mission's over. Fuck.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. It literally happened like that.
That's how it would happen too.
I mean, it's
Oh,
hey,
it's just-
it's addiction or fight the queen. Which one do you want?
Addiction, probably.
It probably, yeah.
No, I would like to fight the queen.
No, I bet you would.
Yeah, with just the three of us.
Yeah.
Just the three.
That's my mother you're speaking to.
Mommy.
Mom.
Okay, Reed is back on my shit.
Yes, indeed. So, with that in mind, you guys talked to Weaver for quite a bit. Not Weaver, Lieutenant Casados. Cruz, you told the lieutenant about your conversations you had with your cousin, the Secretary of Defense, and that she had never heard of any of this stuff, and that seems surprising because she's so high up the ladder, so she's going to try to do some digging. And I think that was more or less everything that you guys had discussed.
I think so.
Did Cruz do any more UPP sympathizing? It's very important that I know.
He did, actually. He
Did suck on Vuvu's toes.
He tapped that guy Boris on the shoulder, and they had a moment of not being enemies, and then he gave Reed a look like, I'm sorry. Oh, because Reed took a full clip to the chest, and actually, when I was listening over the recording, Bunnilla, I fucked up, and you actually would have taken enough damage to get downed, but
Would I?
I miscounted it. Yep. Because
How much damage was it?
it would have been one more, because when I was listening, I said, okay, it's like whatever I said, like it's 5
Oh no,
successes,
I would have
but
still
it's,
been fine.
I was like, it's 5 successes but 4 damage, and it would have actually been 6 damage because
Oh, I would have
they-
still been fine. Cause I still had 1 HP after that. Then
maybe.
I'm at 7.
Well, whatever
You're at 7?
it was, I misspoke when I said it, but you're lucky.
Wait, how did you get to 7?
I have 5 strains, and then I have the.
You lift weights, bro. He's an android, obviously.
He got
secretly a
swole.
sin.
All right.
Damn it, Cruz! Why must you drive a wedge between us?
I'm sorry. Our fucking smart gunner was trying to unleash the queen, and we was trying to stop him.
Yeah, that was the other thing that Scaarr missed, was like the constant fighting between me, Tagar, and Cruz, and the UPP guy trying to keep me from releasing the
Yeah,
queen.
well, that's where you got shot, because everybody was trying to stop you, and like they were doing it backwards. Like Tagar should have been restraining you while Cruz tried to tie you up, and they did it the other way around. And then the UPP guy got loose and was like, well, this guy's trying to release the queen. I should probably stop him. And his best way to do that, he decided, was to shoot you at point-blank range and do, 6 damage.
And it did.
5 successes. It was pretty awesome. However, the bullets did snap you out of it and brought you back to not being under her control. So
wait, and then you're all pals with this guy after you shot your comrade?
He deserved it.
Yeah, let's be. He got shot while they were restraining him, basically. So they kind of helped the UPP guy, if you really think about it.
Some teammates I have, yeah.
But the UPP
Bro,
guy.
I'm not going to hear it from the guy who's trying to release the queen that will kill us all. Okay.
I was in a France. Okay.
Yeah, fugue state, whatever.
Let's
kill
go.
us all might be a stretch, though.
Let's go over relationships really quick, because I feel like that's been kind of in flux for a while. So tell us who your buddies and rival are at this point. Start with Sean.
My buddy is Tagar. He is the only reliable one at this point. My rival is fluctuating between Reed and O'Connell, but right now it's Reed.
Okay. Yeah. Tagar's a pretty safe bet right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take those odds. Reed, how about you?
Buddy Tagar, and rival is Cruz.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I never trusted you from the first mission.
Okay. While Tagar tells us his, Reed, if you want to send that message to O'Connell that you sent me, so I don't mess up the cameras here.
Yes.
Tagar, your buddies in
my buddy is Cruz, and rival is Reed. And when Reed woke up from his alien trance, all he knew was I was cradling him. He didn't know I was trying to bash his head into the floor.
Yeah. I got you, buddy. You're okay.
He's trying to shoot you, but I got you.
As he's Brock Samsoning the knife out of his sheath, okay. All right, and O'Connell, how about you?
My rival is also Cruz, and my buddy is everybody else.
Wow, what a cop-out. Oh, that's fine. I don't mind. Okay. So, O'Connell, did you get the message from Reed that he sent you?
Did.
Okay.
It's a short story.
Yeah.
I didn't actually
read
it yet.
It is.
So, well, next is some downtime events. You're in between missions. We'll switch it over to the Tamb'itam music. And
I should read this now, I'm assuming, right?
I would, because it's probably going to come up if you decide to share it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So I rolled for your downtime events, as always. And we got a couple new ones here as well. Some very interesting ones. So we will start it off with Reed. I got a rather simple one for you, but I think it's fitting. Sometimes the story just tells itself. The Marine becomes quite homesick and gets an overwhelming desire to see or speak with their family and friends.
Oh, what a coincidence.
So, what I will need from you is to make a empathy test. And, well, I guess first would be, how do you deal with this? Is there anyone that you contact or try to get in touch with? And if so, how do you go about doing that?
Probably be his mother, actually, because his wife and kid is dead, so...
Okay. How do you get in touch with her? Do you send her a message?
Sending a video message. Kind of
Alright.
just explaining how his feelings are with this past mission and, that whole mother scenario that he had. It kind of just threw him for a loop and explaining what was going on with that.
So what exactly do you tell her? What do we hear or see inside Reed's mind as he's,
So Reed is kind of breaking down as he's explaining how, being so far away from home, makes him really miss being around family all the time like he used to. And that this kind of scared him that, you know, if he ever retires, that he is gonna make sure that, you know, he comes back to visit and takes care of his mom.
Gotcha. All right. I will need for you to make an empathy test. If you pass, then this reaching out to your mother has been therapeutic, and you will be able to ignore the first point of stress on your next mission.
Ooh.
However, if you fail, even though you go through this, it's kind of like going through the motions, and it doesn't really do anything for you emotionally, and you will start the next mission with a point of stress.
Shit.
All right. Thank God for 2 empathy.
Hey man, it's hard for a soldier to, you know, it's hard for guys to talk about their feelings, let alone soldiers, I imagine, right? So, yeah. Do you want to push?
Oh, I can. Ooh.
Technically, yes, because this is downtime. So.
What was that extra dice?
Oh,
What
you panicked. Nice. Well, at least you'll get XP for panicking.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so not only do you start the next mission with a point of stress because this doesn't help, it actually gets you more anxiety-ridden because you've never opened up to your mom like this before. So it kind of has the exact opposite effect that you were hoping. And, yeah, you come out of the recording room, you're probably a little sweaty or, you know, maybe break down and cry a little bit, and it's just, it's filling your head and your mind for the next couple days. All right. Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
I got a very cool one that I rolled for you.
Fuck.
So, the Marine is chosen as a guinea pig for some sort of special training, combat doctrine, or prototype weapons test. A scientist from a major corporation is there overseeing it all. If successful, the Marine will either get an increase to an attribute or skill, or access to a talent or piece of war gear during the next mission. GM's choice. So, at some point during this downtime, you get a call from Sergeant Zimborski. He comes and finds you. He comes stomping into the room. Cruz.
Sir.
Follow me. Special assignment for you.
Roger. And I start following.
So he brings you to the gun range, you know, where a lot of the guys practice. And you see, standing there, is a man you've never seen before. Clearly a scientist. He is... Make sure I give you the right... Yep, okay. Basically in like... kind of like the uniform that Ash had in the first Alien movie. Kind of that blue pants with a button-down collared shirt. And then he's got the white lab coat over that. He's got some small wired frame glasses and kind of a dirty mop of like dirty bleach blonde or like dirty blonde hair. And you see he's got the Weyland-Yutani logo on his sleeves. And this is the man you see when you approach.
Hopefully
And-
not as shabby looking.
Yeah, he doesn't have the blood stains, obviously, and he doesn't have the torn shirt. But you know, otherwise he looks, I mean, rather unremarkable, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And Zimborski brings you over there. He says, "Doctor," and he says, "Here's your man." And Zimborski turns to you and he says, "Whatever he needs, you help him. You got that?"
Roger, sir.
And he, you know, waits for you to salute, and then he salutes you back and leaves. And this doctor is looking at you, and he says, "Pleasure to meet you, soldier. I'm Dr. Garrettson from the company."
Here's all mine. PFC Cruz.
And he extends a hand.
Yeah, I shake it.
Okay.
Is that when I get hit with the hallucinogenic?
Yeah, the hallucinated hand lotion he's got on him. Yeah. Let the project begin. So he says, please come with me right this way. Very exciting new trial that your superiors have said you're probably the perfect person to have test this.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He says, so as you know, we're always developing new equipment, new tech, new weapons for the Marine Corps, and well, today I have a new rifle that we would like you to test on your next mission. This is the very first field test for this thing, and well, we want to see how it performs in the field. So he brings you to like one of the ranges at the very end of the line, and he shows you there's a big, black metal case with the Weyland-Yutani logo right in the middle, and I have to find where it is.
Try to quickly take a selfie with it. Just click.
Okay. So this is what it looks like. It looks kind of like a combination of of a shotgun and a pulse rifle. It's got white casing, kind of that classic Weyland-Yutani white. It does have the Weyland-Yutani logo on the side there that you can kind of see.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And he says this is the XM99A phased plasma pulse rifle. He's like, we don't have a lot of energy weapons in the USCMC arsenal, but this is our first attempt for a squad-based one. And you see he lifts it. It's obviously kind of heavy. He hands it to you, and you're probably stronger than him, but it's actually a weight 2 item, so it is fairly heavy.
Oh.
But he says you'll find that this rifle has an increased range over that of the basic M4A1, and it has a battery power system rather than ammunition. Shots will eventually drain the battery, but they are quite powerful. However, it's got a bit of a kick, and you're going to really have to make sure you either got it braced on something, or make sure you have a good firing stance. This isn't something you want to be running and gunning with. Mm-hmm. And he says it takes a moment after you pull the trigger for this thing to charge up and fire. So it's not going to be instantaneous like your typical firearm, so you need to stay trained on your target. And then he points to like the target at the end of the firing range. He says please. And yeah, so let me pull up your character sheet here.
Yeah.
And I will put it on your sheet here for you. And he says, I understand that you are the marksman of your squad, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
He says, excellent. Well, we figured someone who's used to more single-shot weapons, someone who has the patience to be a marksman, is probably the perfect Marine to try this with. And there you go. So it has extreme range. It does not have any bonus to your attack rolls, but it is armor piercing and does a base damage of 4. However, you have to make a power roll every time you fire with it, just like when you use it. It's got 5 power, just like the motion tracker.
Okay. Yeah, he will, take aim and brace himself.
All right. Also, the rule with this is that because of the kickback, you have to spend an action just to brace or aim, but it doesn't actually count as the aiming bonus. It's just, otherwise this thing will either go flying out of your hands or knock you on your ass. So it's a fast action to basically quote unquote set it up,
Race.
and then you can yeah.
Okay, sick.
Okay.
I will try to impress him with my shot.
Okay. Yeah. So you take a deep breath. You pull the trigger, and you can feel the thing starting to charge up. Go ahead and make the power roll for it as well. Okay. You see it, like the nozzle begins to like glow this faint blue color. You can see like the coils down the front, just like a plasma gun from 40K, starts to light up, and then eventually when it gets to the nozzle, this big blast of plasma goes firing out, and you hit the target dead on. Just completely evaporates it, like it's not even there, and he seems impressed. He seems happy. It didn't run out of any power. It didn't overheat or anything like that. He's like, remarkable, excellent. Oh, your superiors are right. You're just the man for this job. Wonderful.
Oh, great. Question.
Yes.
Runs out of power. How do I recharge? Are there like energy cells I can take with me, or?
No, that's something we're still working on. This thing's a bit expensive, if you didn't already hazard a guess. So,
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. He's like, between you and me, this is about 20 grand worth of tech here. Okay, so please take care of it and make sure you do not lose this thing, whatever you do.
Yeah, we'll print you the bill.
Yeah. If it gets a little beat up, I can, put something on the report maybe. But please, if you can avoid that, bring it back in one piece.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
You helped kind of like build this thing. You kind of know the ins and outs of its machinery.
Yes, I am on the research team for this.
Let's say hypothetically, I am out of power. Is there a way to hook it up to a power source that would not damage it?
No, I would not recommend that. You'll need to use the specific power source we've designed for this, which unfortunately is not modular yet.
Okay.
That's one thing we're working on. But the hope is that even one of these attached to a squad could potentially give your team enough firepower that even if it does run out of ammo, you should be able to turn the tide in your favor or become a detriment to whatever it is you're up against.
Yeah, if it's gonna do that, I can see it helping out a lot, for sure.
I mean, you're probably not going to be able to take out like heavy armor with this thing. That's not what it's designed for. But any other infantry or even a light vehicle, and it's got it's got more range than your typical weapon. So
yeah.
I guess you could use it much in the same way as you use your Marksman rifle, but we're hoping something like this, the intimidation factor too, will come into play. Sure, you take out an enemy squad leader with your rifle, that's one thing, right? Imagine taking it out with this. Not only do you terminate the threat, but you do so in a spectacular fashion that'll hopefully, give your guys the edge.
Yeah. If they see someone get melted by that, I would understandably run away.
Well, that's what we're hoping. So, you'll have it on your next mission. It is your responsibility and yours alone. Do not let any of the other squad touch it or use it. And make mental notes. How does it feel? How's the weight, the encumbrance? How does it handle? Is it overheating? Does it feel like it's overheating? Any minor malfunctions, anything like that, any information you can give us is going to be paramount, because if we can develop something like this and get it out in your hands, then the Marine Corps will have an extreme advantage over the UPP and their enemies.
Yeah. And just looking at it, does it look like it's kind of built similar to the Armat pulse rifle, so I could slap like a scope on this?
It's a little bit bigger. You do see similar designs. Like you can see kind of the mix of like the shotgun stock, but like kind of the barrel of the rifle to give it the range.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like it's designed to have like a scope necessarily. You might be able to, but it looks like that probably wasn't something they were focusing on. You know, It's not like it's explosive, but obviously it has a bit quote unquote like area of effect versus a single bullet, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know, you clip a guy in his shoulder, you clip a guy in his shoulder with this, he probably loses the arm, you know?
Right. Yeah, the arm, his rib cage,
Yeah, so
side of his face.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I will just put this gingerly back in its case.
Yeah, and he gives you the code to open the case, like it's like a number dial type case or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe even like a biometric screen where you have to like put your thumbprint on it, sort of thing. So he'll get you synced up to that. And
Okay.
he does a few things. Okay, I think you are set to go then. Any questions?
I mean, right now, not a lot, but over the next hour or two, I might think of some. Is there a way I can contact you if you're not on the ship?
Oh, I'll be on the ship until your next deployment is finished, because I'll be bringing this back to the company after your mission.
Fantastic.
What's up, Pillow? Thanks
Don't
for joining
drop
us, man.
I'm just gonna get a gurney and I'm gonna move it gingerly on the
We're
gurney.
gonna wrap it in 100 moving blankets. Wrap it in bubble wrap.
Gonna chain it to my arm.
Yep.
Literally, I'm just like the Space Marine chaining my bolt turret to my arm.
Yeah, like Kratos with the fucking blades of chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. But I'll be here on the ship if you need me. He'll give you like his, whatever his comm number or frequency to, get in touch with him. Otherwise, he's like, I'll be in the labs and things like that while I'm here.
Okay, great.
Wonderful. Okay. So Cruz, that's what you've got going on. All right, O'Connell. Are you still there?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
that's me.
That's you. That is you.
Whoa.
So, do you want to start with your event or with your message you got from Reed?
Let's start with the event.
Okay. So, another new one here. And I think part of this is because for the first time in a long time, O'Connell actually gets real sleep, both in and out of hypersleep. Without Project Morana's signal being broadcast, you no longer are having these awful, terrible nightmares. So,
Said it couldn't be done.
the event I rolled is the Marines spend some time trying to relax their mind with an activity such as yoga or meditation. During their next mission, they can ignore the first point of stress they receive every session. So, however long the mission takes, if it's
Nice.
1 session or 4, you can ignore the first point of stress. So here's what happens. Aside from getting some proper sleep, there's one day that you're getting out of your bunk, you're feeling good, you're actually feeling refreshed and rested, and you're having your breakfast, and Weaver is there. She's got a cup of coffee. It looks like she's carrying like a book, and she kind of like slaps you on the back of the shoulder with it, and she says, "Someone's looking chipper."
Yeah, I finally got some rest. It's man, it's like one of those deep sleeps. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't had that in a long time.
It's like, yeah, I've noticed you've had a bit of a spring in your step the last couple days. It's like,
Well, shit. I mean, we found out what was going on, So I'm mostly just glad it wasn't me. I was starting to think it's going fucking crazy.
Well, I'm glad you got to the bottom of it too. I had some weird dreams when I was in cryo before that mission, but I read all the reports and everything. But anyway, I wanted to show you this, and she hands you this book, and she says, something I've been trying for the last 2 years or so, and well, I think it helps. It helps me relax a lot, especially between missions and stuff. I figured with all the trouble you've had with sleep lately, and, it seemed those nightmares really kind of getting to you the worst. I thought maybe you'd give it a try and see if it helps.
That's very kind of you. I take the book and look at it.
Yeah, so it's a book that you would not imagine someone like Weaver to have. It says, Dreams of Awakening, Lucid Dreaming and Mindfulness of Dream and Sleep.
I kind of give Weaver a look, like I'm kind of making fun of her, nonchalantly.
So
you know what I mean? Why do you have this book kind of look?
Yeah, so the book is kind of like a lightish bluish green like cover with white letters that pretty much take up the whole front, and there's basically like this kind of image. To you, it looks kind of like a flower, like just line art. And it's got like a very rudimentary picture of like somebody kind of like in like a yoga, like their legs crossed, kind of meditative stance. And she says, yeah, I know, all right, enough with the jokes. She's like, look, I thought it was bullshit too, all right, but, well, I gave it a try, and, I've actually, I can tell you it's real. I've actually been able to do this whole lucid dreaming thing every now and then.
I'm not gonna lie, Weaver. I thought maybe you just slept with like, Guns N' Roses blasting in the air every night or something. Like, I'm pretty surprised.
Yeah. Well, don't tell the others. All right, it's kind of my guilty pleasure, I guess.
You know what? Your secret's safe with me.
But
I'll give this a shot. Really, I will.
Cool. Well, let me know if you got any questions. I'm no expert, but like I said, I've been kind of dabbling with it for the last 2 years, so.
Well, hey, you know what? While I've got you, Weaver. Hey, have you talked to Horschel lately?
Yeah. I mean, I saw him earlier today. Why?
I don't know. Like anything seemed different about him to you, or?
No. Just, doing the usual, working on the ship, talking shop. Why? Something wrong? Is he glitching out?
No, I wouldn't say anything's wrong. He's not making like more small talk with you, or would you say, nothing you're noticing, huh?
No. I'm gonna make a roll for her here.
Matchmaker O'Connell.
The suspicion roll. Hold on, where's her character sheet? All right, here we go. This will probably be... Well, we normally do empathy, or we normally do manipulation or observation for this sort of thing. So... Oh, well, she shouldn't have 2 stress. I don't know why let's fix that. Okay. Yeah, she doesn't seem to like pick up on your line of questioning as out of the ordinary. She's like, no, nothing like that. Just regular old Herschel.
Well, I got a hypothetical for you. Just human me, okay?
Okay.
If Horschel was like, like a person, right?
Uh-huh.
What would you think about him?
She kind of looks a little befuddled.
Think he kind of, he's kind of good looking, or
sure, I guess. I mean, he's a droid, though. I mean, he's made to look like that, like the chiseled jaw and all that, the nice clean head. It's like, why? You got a crush on him?
No reason. No. What? Wait, me? What?
You're the one bringing it up.
Hey, now, I'm married. Don't worry. I mean, I haven't been gone that long.
Is it cheating if it's a droid?
I mean,
she seems to seriously ponder this as if it's an important question.
I feel like there's an awkward pause between us two contemplating this. Like,
yeah.
Huh.
That's a good question.
I never thought of it that way, actually.
Wait a minute.
That's interesting. Do you think, I don't know, a lot's been on my mind. I finally got some rest. It's kind of like this fog got cleared, but like, do you think like these synths can kind of develop their own personalities? Like, what really separates them from us?
Yeah, I think to some extent. I mean, I've I mean, just look at Herschel and Roy. Like, two like, complete opposites, right? I mean, like, sure, that's part of their programming, but, like, you know, like, models like Herschel, like, they're designed to, like, learn from us and that kind of shit. So, you know, they try to, like, adjust, you know, how they act. So I guess you'd call that, like, personality, right? Like, it changes. It's not the same, you know? Herschel was very,
I don't know.
like out of the box robot when I first, like, started working with him, you know? And now, like, fuck, he, like, sings some of our songs on the way down. Like, you ever see a droid do that? He's not very good at it, but, like, you know, he's got, like, a sense of humor, I guess. So, like, yeah, I think so. I mean, you know, I haven't worked with a ton of droids, but enough that, yeah, there's some sort of personality, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I'd consider him a friend. You know, if I feel like there's more going on behind those eyes. I don't know. Maybe next time you guys are hanging out, just, like, try to forget he's a synth and just talk to him. You might be surprised.
I mean, I already. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, this is a good book. I'm gonna look into this book, and you know, I'm gonna really give it a shot. I really appreciate it. You know, I think I'm gonna be a lot more clear-headed from now on.
Well, if this conversation was anything to go off, I don't know, but best of luck. And she, like, you know, taps your coffee cup with hers and takes a swig and, you know, heads off to do her thing. All
I
right.
will. I will, like, keep digging into that. You started it, Chris.
Okay.
I'm gonna create a scenario where you have to be in a relationship with yourself.
Nice. You know, Mo, sometimes it's what you gotta do, you know?
It's called self-love, and it's okay.
Now, regarding the message, can I don't recall, because we talked to Carvalho about, not Carvalho, the lieutenant.
The other C.
The other C, yeah, we'll just leave it with that. About the message, and I vaguely recall me being ordered not to respond. Was that a thing or not? Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's what Casado said. I know for sure that's what Weaver said.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, well, she's not my commanding officer.
I'm pretty sure. She does outrank you, though.
Yeah, tomato. I mean, you know, splitting hairs there.
Says right there, El Corporal.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I mean, I think I'm kind of due for a promotion, but, you know, whatever.
All the way up to
But yeah.
Corporal?
Yeah, you know who gets promotions? People who show up every week to play the game.
Oh,
Brutal.
God,
Wrecked. I will. Is this a new message, or is this just finally giving me what the message actually was prior?
No, the other message was different.
That's right. Okay.
This is a new message.
Yeah, I'll
sent
find
on a separate date.
I'm acclimating. Okay, it's been it's anyway.
that's fine,
I'll find Tagar.
Okay. You find him.
Hey, you know, I come in, give a salute.
Don't do that.
What are you talking about? He's fucking protocol.
No, it's not. Knock that shit out.
Well,
It actually 100% is protocol, sir.
Well, anyway, that was awkward. I got another message. I mean, well, it's gonna get more awkward. Trust me. Like, I got another message.
I just talked to Weaver. I've been talking to Herschel, and now I've been talking to Schmidt. It's about to get real weird.
On the down low.
Yeah, real weird up in here.
I got another message from Schmidt, sir.
Schmidt.
Yeah.
All right. What's he want now?
You know, I don't fucking know. He's like sending me his diary, sir. Like, he's giving me details about missions he's on and things he's doing.
What kind of details?
Like, they're raiding UPP transports. They're and this other mission where he's like they're hitting these hidden facilities, these hidden UPP facilities that are like heavily armed with like a huge security detail. And
I mean, we're in the Marines, like we should be fighting. Like, what anything unique about these spots?
Well, he was vague about locales, but he seems flustered. I don't know, like he's kind of being taken for a ride.
Do you wanna read the message just so us and the listeners know what it says?
Yeah, thank you, voice in my head. That might be easier here. Here, I'll just show it to you.
You do have a
Hey,
contest.
listen up, brother. There's something odd going on. Floating above some no-name orbital station parked over a planet that sure as hell ain't on my map I've ever seen. Feels like we're way out of the middle of nowhere. Captain Karambit, I love it. He's obviously a fucking wound baby. Artificial wound.
You guys met Karambit.
Yeah,
He's-
on our first
I'm talking
mission.
about the name.
Oh. He's the guy from the first mission.
Yeah, because we found it was divulged that artificial wound soldiers always have are always named after weapons.
What is a Karambit?
It's a knife.
Herb knife.
Oh, I think we had this conversation when he first showed up in the campaign, to be totally honest.
Probably.
And who was the other guy in the last mission? There was another one with a weird name.
It was an obscure, like, Middle Eastern
Rampuri?
dagger or something.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Or
It's
something.
Indian like sword knife. Yeah.
Yeah,
Indian
it was really
sword
cool when I
knife.
looked it up, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Karambit pulls me aside and tells me that I'm in his unit now. As far as the station we were at, we didn't stick around long, barely a few days, he says. And then we're back in FDL, headed to God knows where. Then he goes on about how he raided the UPP transport vessel. No diplomacy, no warnings. It's just a smash and grab, he says. He says the orders were to secure the ship, take control, make sure the passengers stay on ice. No survivors from the flight crew, no exceptions. Once the ship's locked down, we realize there are 200 cryopods aboard. Civvies, all of them. The crew moves in the pilot. The crew moves into the pilot ship. Wait, what? The crew moves in to pilot the ship while we bring the pods back to the station. Fast forward a bit, and we'll planet side, deep behind enemy lines. This time, he's doing recon. No detection, no screw-ups. We're back on the same stealth dropship we used for the first mission. This ship's got tech way beyond what you'd expect. We scout this colony for days. Everything looks normal until we spot a landing pad way off in the distance. It leads to a hidden facility. We keep an eye on it, and what we find ain't just some run-of-the-mill installation. It's got MSS logos plastered all over it, 6 orbital defense turrets, UPP soldiers patrolling alongside armed androids. The place is crawling with security, including sentry guns guarding the entrances. The back of the base opens up to what looks like a weapon testing site. The place is more than just a weapons depot. It's something big. I mean, he just says, hope all is well. Stay safe.
Reed, because I'm sure you probably had that pre-written. Do you want to add anything about what I just revealed to you in our thing that we started with today?
No, I'll keep that for maybe a later
Okay.
message down the road.
Okay.
I know he got kind of, he got a bad rap with the squad for, hiding that data and whatever, but I gotta say, like, I'm still not convinced Schmidt is not having our best, interests in mind. I think he still feels like he's a part of the squad, sir.
Interesting. Not sure why he's feeding this intel, but those pods they're collecting with civvies, sounds a lot like the ones that we've been running into that they were experimenting on.
Sounds like they might be ramping up their operation. And honestly, I think he's sending these to me just to keep, some kind of lifeline on the squad.
Yeah, could be. He did start out here. It's good to have connections. He might need that right now, especially if he's not connecting well with the new squad mates.
O'Connell, please give me a observation roll, and you can have a plus. What's your full Comtech score?
My raw full contact is 7.
Okay, take a +2 bonus.
On observation?
Yes.
Okay.
You do notice that this message seems to be a little bit more secure than the first one he sent. Looks like he's taken some precautions to try to encrypt the message a little bit better. The first one didn't really have any encryption on it, but this one seems to.
Okay. And, he's encrypting these too. Like, he's trying to keep this just between me and him.
Really? I mean, that sounds more like he's trying to make sure to get us information without them knowing.
Well,
rather than being a plant.
I'll point out just a few things here. The first message he sent you did not have any sort of encryption. The second one has some encryption, but O'Connell, especially because you've been doing this with Ishigara, you can tell that there could definitely be better encryption. But it is this would, the level of encryption on this would keep it out of someone who wasn't really paying attention. If they were actually looking, they could still probably track this. And there was something else I was going to say. It's gone. It must not be that important. You notice those two things, just so there's clarity on that. Oh, the other thing is you can tell this is from the same source as the first message, which you were pretty much convinced was actually Schmidt. So this does still seem to be coming from him.
I know we were concerned that maybe he was feeding us this information by not his own persuasion. If he's encrypting them now, he might be trying to keep it out of their hands that he's doing this. So there's nothing hugely groundbreaking about these details, but we should probably keep them in mind. And
that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, it's, it seemed kind of odd. It seems like it's out of a place of concern, but I don't know if any of this is.
I'm not sure what he
is vague. It's, I don't know if we can really.
Yeah, nothing we can go off of yet.
I think I can. I just thought that, I can still. I think I'm gonna respond to him, make sure he's okay, assuming it is actually Schmidt. And
I mean, if he's encrypting these, are you sure you can contact him without drawing attention?
I mean, it's I can. Yeah, I've been talking to Ishigara pretty much, and I haven't been court-martialed yet.
Yeah, but you got to keep it off of Karambit's attention.
That's true.
It's going in through their ship.
I think I can get it over there. I mean, again, granted that this is not something else going on.
Maybe
I should be able to
keep it generic. Maybe just keep it generic. Be like, hey, don't say anything about being contacted. Just kind of do it as like a checking in on your new squad. How you doing?
Yeah, ASL, right? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. I'll respond to him. I'll keep it discreet.
All right. I'll give Lieutenant a heads up.
All right.
She didn't seem too keen on Schmidt. I don't know if that's such a good idea.
I mean, none of us were, but
I
you know,
mean,
if
she
he's
really
gonna-
didn't seem too keen on what happened. Like she's, I don't know. You gotta leave
But
it to your judgment.
But if he's gonna keep feeding us information that might become useful later on,
I guess now that she knows some other shit's going on,
Yeah.
relatively behind her back. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, if she's gonna let us in on, shit that she's finding out, we should probably return the favor.
I mean,
Maybe.
I hate to say this, but are we perfectly sure we can trust Lieutenant?
I mean, she's doing everything behind everybody's backs.
Okay.
I mean, we're only speaking to her now that Roy and
Yeah,
Gunny's out of the picture.
you guys did have a fairly heart-to-heart with her last session after the mission. She went over everything in detail with you guys right as soon as you got off the mission, and Cruz has let you guys know that he told Casados about his cousin, and she told Cruz, tell your cousin that whatever I can do to help, she can trust me. So take that for what you will, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel as though you guys have kind of banded together with Casados on this, and she kind of said to you guys, look, we're kind of all in this together now because we've seen shit that they probably don't want us to see, but someone has to see because someone has to go on these missions. So, we're kind of in this small group now, and we're kind of forced together on this.
Well, O'Connell also might have slight paranoia.
Oh, sure. I
issues.
just want to make sure. 'Cause
probably still doesn't fully trust Reed because he's still new.
Oh, sure, sure. But since you weren't here last session, I just wanted
and try to turn on us all and
Yeah,
release Mother.
he did successfully release the queen.
He did. He's pretty good at it too.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, he rocked it.
All part of the plan.
All right. Well, before we get into the rest of that, we're going to do Tagar's event here, and then we'll take our break. So, Tagar, you are out and about one day, and you're walking the halls, and you happen to run into Herschel. You guys have a little bit of small talk. I need you to please give me a observation test, please.
Oh no, not a love triangle.
So we got thruple, more like it.
Stop that.
A thruple? I don't know. That sounds gross.
Apparently, we just found out it's not cheating if it's an android.
It's the question of the day. Is it?
I think we need to go deeper. Pun intended.
That's what she said. You can't set him up like that and don't expect me to spike it. So, you guys are, talking, or you're walking down a hall or whatever. You notice, out of the corner of your eye, you notice Carvalho, the Comtech Marine of Chimera Squad. You see that he comes out of one of the rooms where you guys can take your personal messages and stuff like that. So it's where you went when you got the news about your dad, and we've seen Cruz go talk to his cousin and stuff like that. O'Connell talk to his wife. You see Carvalho come out of one of these rooms, and you don't really make anything of it, except that when he comes out, it looks like he's kind of looking around a bit before he fully comes out of the room. And you see that he kind of looks down the hall, and then you're fairly sure, like, you know, you can see there's a couple people here and there that he goes back into the room and closes the door again.
I mean, how far is he from me when I noticed that?
A couple doors down the hall.
In the direction I'm going or behind me?
I would say in the direction you're going. So you're talking to Herschel, and you kind of see this over Herschel's shoulder as you're talking to Herschel.
Okay. Okay, Herschel. Cavallo seemed a little, I don't know, strange. I'm gonna check in and make sure he's doing all right. I'm kind of like, give the door a quick tap.
Okay. Yeah, Herschel's like, all right. Well, I shall see you later. And he kind of watches you go down the hall towards the door, and you you knock, and you know, there's a couple second pause. You know, he's probably listening to a message or something, recording one, and eventually you hear the door unlock, and he's kind of standing there in the doorway, and he sees you, and he kind of straightens up and gives you a salute. Actually, let me make sure. What is... He's a corporal as well, so I guess... Would he salute if you're the same rank?
So, enlisted don't salute each other.
Okay.
We only salute officers.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, he gives you the middle finger and slams the door in your face. Let's fuck off. No, he opens the door. He's like...
But I take my knife and slide it through the...
He's like, Tagar, what's up?
Hey, you doing alright? I know sometimes messages can, kind of not be good news. It looked like you were coming out and changed your mind.
Yeah, you know, it's just, there's a lot going on right now, man. You know, with my brother and all. It's a lot to get into. But, I'm hanging in there, you know, it's just shit, man, you know?
Yeah, I got some stuff going on with my dad and family, too, so, you know, if you need to talk, you know, let me know.
Like, yeah.
You know, it's hard to kind of be out here when family's back home.
Yeah, I heard, man. I've been meaning to say, you know, I'm sorry about that. I heard about your pops.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. So, like, if you need anything, you know where to find me.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Give me a manipulation roll, please.
Let's say, does it seem like he's being truthful? Okay, well.
Do you wish to push?
I'll push. With a little bit of stress. Yeah, guess not.
You don't, doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary?
Alright, I'll see you around.
Alright, man. Thanks. Okay. Well, we're at our halfway point. Let's take our break. Let's get some Dr. Pepper, and then you guys can decide what you want to do next before we dive into this next little arc here. So we'll be back in just a few minutes, listeners. We'll put on the old break screen. Let's make sure that works, doesn't break. All right, mute your mics. We'll be back in a minute.
The amount of viruses downloaded onto computers.
Oh, I loved it.
When I was one of the guys in Aliens Expanded, he's like one of the producers or something. He's like, because they would do the part where everyone was telling him like how they first saw the movie, you know, and he was like, you know, went to the video store with my mom, and you know we rented. He's like, I think I was looking to get like Neverending Story or whatever, and she was like, oh look, Aliens, and she rented it, and then we watched it together. He's like, I'm like 10, terrified out of my mind, but I couldn't stop watching it. He's like, I must have rented that movie like 50 times over the next few years. So it got to the point where he's like, the guys at the shop were like, you know, it would be cheaper if we just sold you this video rather than you continually renting it. So he's like, I'm pretty sure like I'm the reason that video like stopped working.
Ooh, yeah.
So, all right, we are back. We have the real Dr. Pepper, the good shit in the bottle with the real cane sugar, and we've done your events. Do you guys share, O'Connell and Tagar, do you share the information about Schmidt's message to anyone else in the squad?
Yeah, I'd leave that to Tagar.
Yeah, I just kind of mentioned, like, hey, you know, looks like Schmidt's still sending, you know, some details, but nothing that we can really get information from yet.
Okay.
Seems kind of strange, some of the stuff he's sending us, just like minor mission details.
Weaver again is like, are you actually gonna fall for this shit? Like now he's trying to sprinkle in some details to entice you. Why can't he tell you the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's encrypting them now.
Well, now why didn't he encrypt the first one?
Well, exactly.
I
don't know.
Are you not at all curious what happened with him?
No.
I'm agreeing with Weaver on this one. I think it's a bad idea.
Whatever he's up to is no good. Okay? If it has anything to do with spears, I'm willing to bet my life that it's no good.
Oh, I'm sure of that. I'm definitely not trusting this, but he's not sending anything that's worthwhile at this point.
Right.
So I'm not.
Yeah, because he's probably
overly-
trying to get you to reveal, you know, whatever you got up your sleeve.
So I'm not sending him any information, and O'Connell's only gonna send a "Hey, hope you're good" message. But
I mean, this seems like a bait text.
She
your
rolls
awful
her
ex
eyes
would reach out to you
so
about.
hard. Yeah.
Like, this is all bad. I don't even think responding is a good idea.
Well, I'm gonna respond. I know how to talk without divulging anything about us. You know, I still have hope that he just misses the squad after everything.
I don't think he liked anyone in the squad.
Why would you think that?
I mean, it sounds like he at least liked O'Connell.
I would say when we were in we were butts. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why he's reaching out to you and no one else, because he knows he can manipulate you.
No one can manipulate me. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay.
If that was true, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
It could be
Yeah,
a
well,
viable
I mean-
source of information. That's
Yeah.
something you're forgetting too.
Uh-huh.
You know, all I'm gonna say is I'm glad he's gone. That means I'm here.
No,
Yeah,
I don't disagree.
we
with
already
That-
know you
that
can be
is-
manipulated.
That is factual. What you just said. That is true. Yeah. Didn't you try to kill us all? Anyway.
Still angry at you, but I do like you more than Schmidt.
It wasn't my fault.
I understand. I get it.
Do you?
Well,
Not really. No.
we'll see. You're on a tight leash right now.
Okay. Well, please refrain from using the choker collar.
I mean, I'm willing to, at least, we got psychopathic war crime committing lunatic or dude who was possessed by an alien mind control black project from a superpower we're at war with. I know which poison I'll take.
Yeah.
Well, according to Cruz, I went a little loony there for a sec too. But I'll cut you some slack, Reed.
Okay. At least someone's on my side here. Jesus.
So,
Anyway,
what else do you guys do about that, if anything? Or is
If
there-
I spend time with that scientist guy, can he teach me one of his talents?
Yeah, I mean, you guys will have time to spend XP if you would like to, if you haven't already.
What
Or
what,
if you-
what,
like
what
to
talents
keep-
can he teach me?
Keep hoarding it? I don't know, he doesn't have a character sheet, Sean. Christ.
Okay, is he a scientist?
Well, yeah, he's a scientist, obviously.
No, I mean like he would have the scientist talents, right?
Well, not necessarily. It depends how much XP he has, but I would say he at least has the analysis talent.
I feel like this is a negotiation.
Come on, there's a little give and a little get. Come on, what are you doing here?
Roll me a D3.
Okay.
We'll see how many of the scientist talents he has.
Got one.
He has analysis,
Okay.
which is a good talent.
Yeah, I think I'll take that. Cruz ain't the smartest tool in the shed, so being taught some smart person things might not be bad for him.
You're smarter
Alright.
than me for getting compelled by an alien.
Give me a manipulation test.
Okay.
Because you just met the guy, right? So, all right, I'm going to make a roll for him. We're going to find generic stats for a scientist. What do we got here? Rogue scientist. Perfect.
I'll push that then. If it's going to be contested, I want this. Nice. I keep it together. And I get my panic XP point. That's what I want to see, baby.
It's all coming up, Millhouse.
I know. You need to take that nap relief.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, boss.
Stress coming.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that.
No.
Oh God, you reminded him.
Eric, why did you do that?
Funny thing.
You're the one popping pills over here.
Funny thing, the rogue scientist actually has the analysis talent on its sheet. How about that?
Ooh.
This was manipulation, I said, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you do win the test. However, the deal that he makes you is he will teach you that, but it's going to be dependent on how your mission goes and the data you get from the mission. So basically, you can learn the talent, but after the next mission. Because he wants to make sure that, you understand how important this is to his research.
But if I understand how to analyze things better, I could give you even more information from the mission.
How many successes do you have?
3.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Right?
All right. Yeah, he'll teach it to you.
Sweet.
All right, give me those 10 XPs, bro.
I have already handed them to you.
Nice. All right, he greedily devours them and becomes more powerful than you could have.
All right, that's weird. I'm gonna analyze that because I don't like what that did.
Turns out he's a rogue android, dressed as a rogue scientist, dressed as a scientist.
We actually have really bad track records with androids recently.
Any other XP expenditures before we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to learn Nerves of Steel.
All right.
I think Tagar already has it. I think it's fine.
Do.
But does he teach it to you?
I mean, after the last mission, I feel like he needs it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I might slap him around a bit for it.
Okay.
And then I'll pit 2 in Comtech.
Okay. Did you make any Comtech rolls last mission?
Yes, I did. I was the one that worked on the nuclear reactor.
All right. Anyone else?
Does anybody know Resilient?
No.
Let me check my other character. Bag of PCs.
I'm gonna say probably not. This is
Is that the trucker one?
it's the roughneck one.
Yeah, that's a really good one, but no one has that.
All right, what is it? A wit?
1 wits per day of practice. Let me think. You'll have at least 3 days before you guys go back into crowd. Well,
He
you don't need it.
doesn't even
Boom.
need it.
You're so-
Tagar's unstoppable.
How did you get so good at this game? Can you teach me how to play?
You have 3 wits. What are your stats? You're just so cool.
You're so jacked.
So jacked and smart.
I bet he's
Especially now after resilient. Now I'm never gonna take damage.
Yeah. This is rigged.
Yeah. Tagar couldn't lose ever.
I'm gonna have
For
to
any
increase
reason.
the XP to fucking 20 XP for a talent. 5 is definitely not enough if you're playing a campaign.
Yeah, I mean,
Also,
I have
talents
so many talents.
should be more expensive because they're more cool than just I level up a skill, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
like look at any other RPG, right? Like feats harder to get than skill points. You know,
It's true. It's true.
maybe.
Not to digress too much, but has any more news come up from second edition?
I was just gonna say hopefully second edition, but no, we have not heard anything else. So
Why do you hate us, Freely?
They
I
just
would-
have too much going on.
yeah, I was talking to I think it was Sean Sean and Frogget. Like, it's been
Yesterday.
over a year since the Walking Dead RPG was released, and there hasn't been anything else about it.
Yeah, it's because zombies are dumb.
I will kill you.
In a video game, right?
No, in real life, by
Oh.
ripping your jugular out with my teeth, and we'll see how dumb zombies are then. I am patient
Okay.
zero.
Are you gonna take bath salts first?
Hell yeah, dude. Taking a page out of Cruz's book. Speaking of Cruz, our addiction-riddled friend.
Yeah.
You had asked some other questions. I'm pretty sure it wasn't about overdosing, but I have those in case you need them. So, treatment of your addiction once you realize you're addicted.
When would you start to like feel the symptoms of withdrawal?
So, basically, if I recall, you have to take a dose every shift, at the start of every shift. Otherwise, you have to make a test to see if you, what's going down. So, I would say probably like, over the next day or two is probably when it starts to kick in and you realize you have this craving for them. So, I guess I would say the first time, basically I would say the way it manifests is the first time you have the urge to take it is you're feeling a little overwhelmed, you're feeling a little stressed out, and it's like when you have a headache, right? And you decide, I know a headache's coming on, so I'm just going to pop some Tylenol so I don't have to deal with it, right? So maybe at first you don't, it's not like a big deal. But then, you notice it's happening frequently. So, we'll say maybe the first 2 or 3 times, you pop the nap relief, no problem. But then you realize, like, man, this is like the 3rd time I grabbed this bottle today. So at that point, you kind of realize, like, okay, like maybe it doesn't bother you too much, but you're aware of it now at this point is what I'm saying. So if you don't take the if you fail to take the dose, you gain a point of stress and you must make an immediate stamina test. If you pass the test, then you suffer the effects of your addiction. If you fail the stamina test, your addiction gets worse. And
Okay.
There's 4 levels of addiction. Right now you're at the lowest one, which is minor.
Okay. That's not good.
Maybe
Well,
you should have been a druggie like Schmidt.
So basically, no
Yeah.
matter what, it's bad. Because
Yeah.
if you keep feeding it, it's not getting worse, but it is getting worse in the sense that you're starting to do damage to your body.
Right.
Because if you pass the effects of the addiction, so if you pass the test, you're keeping your addiction hasn't gotten worse, but the effects are that you suffer a point of damage, and every level beyond that, you suffer a point of damage, and all of your rolls get more difficult, and it's cumulative.
So if I pass the stamina roll, I take a physical point of damage.
Yes.
Does my stress also go up by 1?
No, that's only if you
Okay.
fail it.
Okay.
The idea here is that if you don't imbibe in your addiction, you're mentally starting to get a little kooky. If you do feed into it, your mind feels better, but you're physically poisoning your body because you're overdosing on the drug, so to speak.
Right. He would try to resist going for the bottle, so I'll take stamina.
Okay.
I pass. Can I use... Yeah, that would be stupid, but can I use my stunt to not take this test again later?
I
No,
would say probably for the next shift.
the next shift.
But
I just
not-
passed it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I take a point of damage.
Yeah, you take a point of damage.
Okay.
Brutal.
And then passing again on the next shift, I would take another point of damage.
We'll say that you don't have to take it. Like
Okay.
the one dose was enough to keep you going for 2 shifts rather than 1. So you're doing an okay job of like dealing with it. But we'll just say like that's maybe like halfway through the day you realize like, oh shit, like, and then by the time you're ready to go to sleep, your cravings are not to the point where you feel you need another pill, so you're able to go to sleep, and then the next day it kicks up again. So
Shit.
let's say here, let's roll a d3 here to see, because you guys have basically 3 days before your next mission. So we'll see 1, 2, 3 which day you notice this on, first, second, or third day after your mission. So on the first day. So that's what happens on the first day. So there's 2 more days of this before your next mission. So yeah, what do? You just keep popping pills, or keep trying to resist it?
I'd probably try to keep resisting it, but I'm like, after like the second or third time, I'd go to like the med bay and be like, hey, I am feeling like absolute piss.
All right, make another stamina test then. So we'll say it's day 2, right? Typically these things probably take a while. Okay, so you take a point of damage on the second day.
Am I healing between these days?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, as far as like game rules are, it's like, okay, at the start of every shift, you have to keep doing this. So yeah, that could fuck you up if you're in a place where you can't be healing or you can't rest. So
Right.
And otherwise, like, why even bother if it's not going to be something that can kind of inconvenience you?
Yeah.
Not even hard, barely an inconvenience.
I get addicted weekly.
So day 2, you realize like you have this craving for these pills, you take it, and you realize like you start to feel nauseous, a little dizzy, like you're physically feeling ill, and that's when you go to the med bay.
Yep.
And I'd probably be talking with our old NPC friend whose name I forgot. Ogata, that's it. We haven't seen him in a while. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, he takes a look over you. Let's see if he can figure out. We'll make him do a little medical test here. A little medical aid.
Just barely.
What? Oh, that was out of stress. He actually wouldn't have stress.
Oh God.
He's like looking you over. He runs, your temperature and stuff like that, and it's undiagnosed at first. He tells you, look, just take some Tylenol, get some rest. You're probably just stressed out, man, especially with all the dream shit that was just happening. Like, could be after effects from that sort of thing. Like, just try to take it easy, before the next deployment.
Sure, yeah. Okay, thanks, Ogata.
So yeah, he gives you, he gives you more pills. Unfortunately.
Just what I wanted. You said stress. Wouldn't it be better to take nap relief?
I mean, you don't look that stressed.
Oh, okay. I mean, just thought, whatever.
Like, save that shit for, like, the battlefield, man. Like, life or death situation,
Yeah. All right.
It could be highly addictive.
What? Oh man, if only you passed your fucking test.
Yep. Someone failed med school. Okay. So, day 2. This is going on. You guys are spending your XP and stuff. So, Sean, rather than making 100 rolls here, okay, let's just do it this way. You passed that one, right? That last test? Okay. Make one more for day 2, another stamina test. Towards the end of the day, you're getting ready to go to bed.
Nope.
All right. So you failed that one. So you're getting ready to go to bed. You've got this this craving, and you pop some of the nap relief, and it doesn't do the usual. It doesn't calm you down. You still feel nauseous and ill, and you spend the night breaking out in a cold sweat. You wake up a couple times shivering, maybe trembling, maybe even a little bit of the itchiness, and your addiction has gotten worse. So you now have a moderate addiction, which means anytime that you pass the stamina test, in addition to suffering a point of damage, all your rolls for the rest of that shift are at -1. And then it goes to -2 at major addiction and -3 at crippling addiction.
So cool.
And then if you go past that, you OD.
Ogata
I'm
better
sorry.
fucking figure this out before I hit that.
So that's like your day 2. That's night of day 2. Then day 3, you make another one when you wake up. Make another stamina test.
Can I spend my 5 XP to increase stamina at this point? Fuck.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Prolong your life
It's,
a little
it's
longer.
definitely getting tested, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just failed one.
Hey.
Where'd the stress come from? You didn't have stress last time.
You said if I fail a test, I get stress, and then my addiction gets
Oh,
worse.
you're right. No. When you fail the test, you take the damage.
Okay, hold on.
You take stress if you fail to take the drug. You took the drug.
No, I've been not taking the drug.
Oh, then yeah, your stress is going up too. Okay.
Okay. He has actively been trying to not take the drug.
Minor detail.
Okay.
I think that was a major detail.
Well, good luck with that. So, okay. So, you wake up, day 3, you pop some nap relief. Everything feels great.
I'm not taking the drug, Chris.
Okay.
Is your name Scaarr?
Wait a sec, that's me.
I'm sorry, Scaarr.
Oh man.
Swallow the Dr. Pepper. Get it over the keyboard. That was great. Okay. My rules are too complicated. That's the problem here. Okay.
Jesus.
So, you don't take the drug, which means you take the stamina test. You pass the stamina test, so you gain a point of damage, and all your rolls are at -1. But your stress does not go up. So, basically, when you can tell, like, you have a craving for this drug that you didn't have before, and by not taking it, your body is reacting.
Right.
It's worse on day 3 now. You can visibly probably see your hands trembling.
Yeah. Gonna go back to the fucking med bay and see if I can find another medic to
I was
talk
gonna say,
to.
do you go back to Ogata?
No, I'll look for another medic before making eye
I mean,
contact.
Ogata didn't give him his drugs, so
Gotta go to the other guys, see if they'll give me those drugs.
Yeah, there's no other real medics in the squad. That's the issue. Oh, wait! Sergeant Frank, Mr. Perfect Green, was a medic.
Yeah, I will go find
Yeah.
Frank Green.
He's pretty stacked on this too, so.
And I'll explain like my symptoms and I keep feeling the urge to grab this nap relief, and it is fucking me up.
Oh yeah, that'll give him some bonuses. And he's actually going to use some stuff in the med bay too. That
Nice.
maybe Ogata did not.
No successes. I don't know, bro.
Sorry, he shouldn't have that much stress. Sorry. These guys aren't very sad.
Didn't matter. He just got 4 regular success. 15 dice.
He's like, yeah, dude, you got an addiction. How long have you been taking this stuff, man?
So, to clarify, he has not been taking the drug the entire time. It was just the 2 times on the mission. Because once he realized it was...
You have pieced together, though, that ever since that mission, man, those nap relievers, awfully tasty.
Yeah. So I'd explain we were on a mission. I took 2, in a shift. And then ever since then, it's been like this urge. So, I mean, it's been like 2 days. This is the 3rd day.
All right. Well, good news is you caught it early. So we'll try to stamp it out before it becomes a real problem. And he's like, there's a reason they say don't take more than 1 of these at a time, So, well, first off, I have to report this to Mother to make sure you can't requisition any more of this shit. So,
yeah.
Don't expect to get any more from her like the Pez dispenser. All right. Well, like I said, it's nothing we can't overdo or fix, but it is gonna take some.
You want me to overdose? Why?
No. It is gonna take some time. So.
I mean, if I've got like an addiction to this, am I cleared to go on missions?
That's gonna be up to the LT to decide, not me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll start some programs. We'll start some, discussions, some ways to, try to discourage the use. There's other things we can give you that'll help kind of keep the withdrawal symptoms from getting out of control. But this is something you have to work on. It's not going to happen overnight, and if you don't take it seriously, it is going to get worse. All right? So,
yeah.
But it's my job. Make sure you get through this, so I will help you out. Okay. So from a game point descriptive, I'll just explain the rules really quick here. PC suffering from an ongoing drug addiction must detox and seek medical treatment. The more severe their addiction, the more difficult this is. To do this, 2 roles are required. First, the PC must pass a stamina test. This represents they are able to keep their addiction under control during treatment and avoid a relapse. Second, if the PC passes the stamina test, a single medical aid roll can be made by another PC or NPC to treat the PC. This represents the treatment that they undergo to finally overcome their addiction. If this test is passed, the PC no longer suffers from their addiction. However, the worse your addiction is, they get more negatives. Basically, there's 4 steps, so -1 through 4. You're currently at 2. So if we get to the point of the medical test, it'll be at -2 to cure it. However, this is something that takes time to do,
Right.
and you're not going to be able to be cured before the next mission. However, I will say you can take the stamina test here on day 1 to see how that goes.
Okay.
So just go ahead and take that now.
Can I push that roll?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. That first 12 hours after meeting with Green, that nap relief never looked so good. You're almost like, fuck, I really wish you would have told me all that shit, because now all I can think about is nap relief. But you're able to keep yourself from imbibing before you dive in to more of that. And by the time day 4 is going to be here, you're going to be put back into cryo. So,
I would inform Tagar of the diagnosis.
oh yeah, if you don't, Green definitely would have probably right away actually.
Yeah.
So, and then
Probably when I go to see Green, like, hey Tagar, I'm feeling real fucked up, and I think it might be nap relief, so I'm gonna go talk to one of the other medics because oh god, I couldn't figure it out.
Ah, damn. Okay. Yeah, get the help you need. We're here for you. Just
Don't
let
tell
me know.
Reed or O'Connell.
All
Both
right,
acting super suspicious recently.
I got you. Yeah, we'll take care of this.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on you, and yeah, keep you in the fight.
Thanks, man. I don't know if I'll be on the next mission, but if I'm not, good luck.
Yeah. I mean, that's up to Doc and what they end up saying, but
right.
I got you.
hey, you might not want to go on the next mission, but that scientist you learned that thing from was. So, company gets what
You don't
company
have
wants.
a fucking choice. Oh man.
Shake
You
the
know-
big old gun.
Yeah.
Can I one hand the gun with my shield?
Okay, chill
But
out.
I
Chill
might
out,
need to
Rambo. Okay.
Brace it on the shield. We'll be fine.
And I do want
No
to
worries.
point out the reason that we've gone into the detail on the addiction here, folks, is because the game does not have rules for how to handle drug addiction. It just says, don't take this stuff in more than one shift, and if you do, stuff happens. So if this seems a little overkill, and I'm sure it's not accurate if you have been unfortunate enough to have any sort of addiction, but this is my first crack at writing rules like this, so I'm not making light of it or anything, but it is a problem
with
that you're dealing with.
Aliens second edition coming out, maybe you should send your addiction rules after they've gone through a little bit of work to Fantasy Flight or whatever.
I can already
There
see
you
it
go.
should probably just be once a day, not once a shift, and then just make the damage permanent for that day. I think it's probably the better thing here. Especially in a game like
Yeah.
Alien doesn't have 100 million rolls, making 4
Right.
rolls a day. Also, you probably aren't awake for all 4 shifts, so you probably don't have to make one while you're sleeping necessarily. But this is point 5.
It's draft 1.
Draft
right?
1. Draft 0.1. So
Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna work through it.
all right. Anyway, we have rules at least that we can use. So.
Right.
You are getting treated. They tell Casados. She's like, all right. We'll deal with that at the basically the next mission. Like she needs to think about it and get more information from Green to be like, see how your treatment is progressing. Right? She doesn't
Right.
want to make a decision, especially because you guys are like, you don't have a mission right now. You haven't been sent on one. Out of game, she hasn't gotten the next orders, so you guys don't even she doesn't even know what you guys are going to next. So as far as she's concerned, we might be out of cryo for a couple more days, so Green keep treating you.
Right.
Okay, anything else before you guys go into cryo? Any other conversations anybody wants to have?
I'm good.
Reed, you got an Earth Steel from me.
Yep.
I'm going to use the bathroom really quick, and then we'll finish it up here, so just give me a minute.
Wait, which mission are we on out of how many? There's 8, right?
There was.
I think we're probably 75% way through, so maybe this will be
Okay.
our 6th mission.
I know we said we have about probably 2 or 3 more months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the
yeah.
next mission is Quiet Catch. We just finished Dreamcatcher. What was the one before Dreamcatcher was the
It was the
spaceport.
Was it? I thought it was the planetary war that we were fighting in.
Yeah, because it was like a spaceport. We were getting all the people off of the...
Okay. I'm thinking of the other one, the communication.
I'm just trying to look for the name. But I only write it at like the beginning of the fucking... Operation Go Fish, that was the third one back.
Go Fish was the spaceport.
Right.
And then you had the last outpost where you fought the commandos. Blaze of Glory was the downed ship. Perchance to Dream was where you first met Mishka. And the first mission was...
Deep Shaft.
How could we forget Deep Shaft?
How could you forget Deep Shaft?
That's why I did it first, so we don't remember it at this point.
I'll always remember.
Fuck, man. I just realized I'm going to have to wait 2 months to play Warhammer again.
Why's that?
Warhammer RPG.
Why's that?
Oh.
I mean, why's that? Because it's a once-a-month game, and we didn't play this
Yeah, well,
Friday.
we're gonna reschedule because we don't have fucking time to sit around for a month. We only got one episode on the back burner, and that goes out in like 3 days. So,
Into that.
chop chop. Anyway, we'll get to that
And
later.
did Chris
Did I
bail
what?
on that one? Is that
No.
your fault?
No, it actually isn't. It's because everyone else decided to forget that we were playing, except for Frog.
I did not forget. Don't even put me in that group.
Yeah, well, there was 2 out of 4, so I just round up and just assume everybody ruined my day. So
That's fair and understandable.
Scaarr did give me warning, and he had a real reason. But that fucking Matt guy.
I showed up. I was just late.
Yeah, it's fine. All crashing down. You can tell when your players are interested in the game. Oh, I didn't realize we were playing.
It was a fucking holiday week. Okay.
Last Friday of every month. You know,
God, you're killing me.
yeah. That's how I feel like inside every day. Anyway, so
Good.
That's the morgue talking.
it is. So, damn, son. Don't remind me. Okay, so you all go back into cryo. For once, you do not have horrible dreams of the alien or any other weird shit. You have your normal other traumatic dreams that you have because you've been soldiers in a war.
Do I just dream of nap relief pills like, howdy-ho, Cruz?
Yeah, dude,
Come take me.
You keep hearing just the shaking of a bottle, or you see like an empty bottle rolling across the floor past you. You know, big bead of anime sweat comes down your face, you know, in your hair.
It's our normal PTSD dreams.
Yep. So it is sometime later that one of you is awoken from cryosleep. And that person is our good friend O'Connell.
I just can't get good sleep in this game.
Yeah, it's bad. You wake up and you as soon as your pod begins to open, you are overcome with a deluge of fatigue and nausea, and you actually take a point of damage from the trauma of waking up. You puke, and you feel like absolute hell when you awake.
You were quick on that point of damage. By the time I had that character sheet open, you had already removed it. Okay.
I didn't
Damn.
touch your character sheet.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. All right. What do I see when I open my eyes?
You notice you are the only one out of cryo. Everyone else in your squad is still in their cryo chambers.
Is Herschel asking for dating advice?
It's funny. O'Connell, I got a really important question.
I figured it out.
Wake up.
Where is the clitoris?
So, it's funny you mention Herschel, because you see all along your cryopod and on the control panel, there is white fluid. And you follow that, you see there's a trail of it, and you see kind of, not crouched, but crumpled in the corner nearby is the prone, obviously damaged and injured form of Herschel.
Shit. I will do the dumb thing and immediately tend to Herschel out of concern.
Okay, and I think you
Because it's more dramatic than waking up my squad.
Yes, and actually I think you have to make one other test here, if I recall. Yeah, roll me a d6.
Splat, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
3.
Yeah, you're otherwise okay. But yeah, like you puke. There's probably some blood running down your nose. Something's not right. You check on Herschel. He appears to have both. It looks like mostly like internal damage. You don't really see a whole lot like externally, although you do see what looks like almost like burn marks on some of his clothing, and you see like parts of his skin appear to be singed. And you like check on him and you shake him, and it looks like he's kind of having a moment like Andy does at the end of Romulus when he gets damaged. He looks like he's kind of like almost like glitching out, and he kind of like snaps out of it almost, and he looks up, and there's android blood pouring out of his mouth, like out of his like ears, and his voice is kind of distorted and crackling when he looks up, and he's like, O'Connell.
Hey, you got Herschel. Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you.
It's Maitland. You have to stop him.
Maitland? What? Hang on, okay? Don't shut down on me. Wait right there. And I'm gonna run to Tagar's cryopod.
Okay. You pull him out of cryo?
Dude, I'm just popping that hatch, dude.
Alright. He dies instantly.
That's Tagar's kryptonite.
I'm resilient.
He's like fucking Frankenstein.
I will the damage away with my mind.
The only way to kill Tagar was to come for him when he was sleeping.
Yep, and even that was not enough. You do not take the damage when you are pulled out of cryo, but you do have a similar sensation as you are overcome with nausea, motion sickness. Your head is swimming. Maybe a tiny bit of blood trickles down your nose. Nothing major though. And you're pulled out of cryo. Like it's like when you're pulled out of your REM sleep. It fucking sucks. Roll me a d6, please.
What is the proper way to come out of cryo?
Not like this.
In FTL.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
O'Connell banking on the thing to get
oh,
you
that's
out.
not good. Okay, the proper way to come out of cryo is one of two ways. Either A, don't come out in FTL, or B, come out slowly. One of those two things is happening. You're not sure which one. But it does feel similar to FTL like last time when Casados woke you guys up. However, you rolled a 6 for the NDD. So you are currently suffering from paranoia just like Sean was last time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, no.
you are instantly suspicious of someone or something. I'll let you make that decision as the scene unfolds, and you see Tagar, you see O'Connell, who probably looks a bit frantic.
Oh, this is perfect. So if he's paranoid, because what I immediately pull him out, and without like tending to him or anything, I immediately go back to Herschel and start trying to help him out, repairing him using contact. I'm trying to find the synthetic.
You will need tools to do. You have nothing on you right now. You're in your skivvies, basically.
But my point is, it might look like I'm doing this to Herschel.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, you are tending to him, but... Yeah, you see clearly android blood all over O'Connell's cryopod. You see Herschel crumpled in the corner, and you notice you are the only two out of cryo right now.
But I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm gonna try to assess what's needed and everything, like what his actual condition is, and then I'll get the appropriate tools thereafter.
Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, stumble out of my pod and be like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing over there? What's like?" And kind of like push him off of Herschel, I guess.
Oh, easy. It's Matlin. Herschel said Matlin did this to him. Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing awake?
He looks kind of like, I look kind of taken back by that question. Like, holy shit, I don't know. I just came out of cryo.
How am I out of cryo?
Well, I took you out of cryo. You're my commanding officer. Some shit's going down. Look at everything. It is covered in Sith blood.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, go hit Cruz and Reed's pod. Like...
Oh, yeah.
We're all getting hangovers.
Roll them bones. All right, Cruz.
And, like, go get dressed.
You take a point of damage.
Please.
And Reed is lucky and does not. However, both of you roll D6.
Oh, no. That's for Reed.
All right, Reed, you are also paranoid as you are yanked out of cryo when you are not supposed to be.
It's your turn now, Reed.
Yep, everybody gets a chance.
Everyone gets a chance for the paranoia.
You notice, I'll say this, Reed, you notice, the moment you're being pulled out of cryo, so is Cruz.
Yeah, don't worry. I've been suspicious since day one, son.
Yeah.
It never went away.
So you're suspicious and paranoid of him while he's taking physical damage from the trauma of all this. Dude, everyone got affected in some way. That's amazing.
Stumble out.
So I guess after I get dressed, I'm gonna, like, kind of, like, grab Cruz and be like, "Hey, can you fix Herschel?"
What?
Why the fuck are you asking him? I'm getting the diagnostic tools right now.
He's the
Why would you even trust him to fix him? Look at him.
He's a Sith, Corporal. What are you talking about?
Herschel's not blood. Flesh. I can't do anything.
We're all throwing up.
What an amazing scene.
It's like that Family Guy scene where they're just...
Yeah.
They all drink the fucking liquid.
Yeah. I think something got in my mouth.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab Cruz and Reed and, like, throw them at their lockers to get dressed.
Alright, I'm gonna roll a mobility to see if I don't stumble and slam my face into the locker.
Okay.
Let's make this as Three Stooges as possible.
Yeah, okay, we're good. I guess I'm agile enough.
You also notice that there are no alarms or anything being sounded.
And we decided there's only
Just
one
us screaming
door out of this room.
Yes.
Why are we out of cryo? What's going on?
Somebody attacked Herschel.
Shut up, traitor.
Yeah,
Whoa! that's on the nose a little.
Damn.
I don't trust that you got out the same time I did. That's fucking weird.
Easy. Something's going down. Like, get dressed.
Who
get your
attacked
gear.
Herschel? Putting on my gear.
Maitland, maybe?
It's always the fucking synths.
What are you saying? Maybe that's what Horschel told me. He knows who attacked him.
Is Herschel still like conscious? Is he like still kind of mumbling?
I'm actually gonna make a roll here because there's a lot.
We're all panicking. It's great. This is great.
I think we're actually gonna make a stamina test for a synth for the first time ever.
He should be good at that, right? Statistically, no.
He's fading fast. You can tell he's probably gonna shut down in a few moments if you don't do something.
Yeah, I have diagnostic tools for my I mean, I'm sure I'd keep it with all my gear. I'm grabbing those, hooking them in right away.
Okay. You're trying to find out what's wrong with him, or are you just trying to fix him?
Try to stabilize him.
Okay.
He's a synth, but like he still has like that white fluid. I assume that serves some purpose, right?
Still patch him up somehow.
Well, the white fluid is their blood.
It's their version of blood, right?
Yes.
So, could I assist with like medical knowledge of, because they're sort of supposed to be like human, it's just like, all right, this is leaking white fluid, close that. This is leaking white fluid, close that.
Wait, hang on. Reed in his despite his crazy fucking state right now, he's been taking some lessons, I think, last time, so he should be able to give me assist here.
Oh, yeah, fucking let me do it, because I don't want to spend any time with you guys.
Wow.
I can afford it.
Fix me.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Go somewhere else, Cruz.
All right.
I need my locker, bro.
This is going to be a formidable test. So this is Comtech at -3.
So I think we're evened out then with a +1 with assist and my diagnostic tools. That's a total +3. Fuck.
Go for it.
Alright.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't have. Oh wait, I got a success.
Yeah.
Just barely.
It's called faith.
All right. You are able to keep him from shutting down, but he is basically in like standby mode. He cannot like really move or operate. He is too heavily damaged or something's fried in his system. Basically, you can get a little bit more information out of him, but now if he shuts down, you could eventually repair him and turn him back on. It's not like he's dead necessarily, but yeah, you're able to keep him going for a few minutes.
Hey, can I wake up Weaver while we're doing this?
Sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure to wake up Weaver too.
All right, let me just roll the
Do
dice
it
here.
slowly.
Too late. All right.
Slap her in the face.
She takes no damage.
Shatter the fucking
And-
cryopod.
She is not paranoid.
What a fucking champ.
Yeah, she's like, morning, guys.
All of us are throwing up and
What
yelling
the
about
fuck?
traitors.
Yeah.
We're all sweating.
Yeah, she sees you, and then she sees behind you all the chaos, and then she sees Herschel, and she's like, Herschel, and she, jumps up and like runs over to him.
I'm just covered in milk at this point.
Yeah, you two are working on him. She's like, what the fuck happened? What's wrong?
He said Matlin attacked him before he went out. I was able to stabilize him, don't worry, but I need a proper lab to get him up and running.
Hey, Reed and O'Connell are keeping him stabilized. We need to scout a route to the lab. Let's carry him over there and make sure that we can track down Maitland.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to find Maitland, right? He was doing something fucky. We can't just let him do that.
All right.
Grab some gear. Do we get to keep any weapons in our lockers?
Not in your locker, but the place where like your actual, I guess the armory would be a separate place, right? Because in Aliens, your cryopods are basically right next to your ready room where your lockers are, so all your fatigues and stuff are there, and then next to that is basically like a canteen where you guys can get some food, and then there's a single door out of that leads into a hallway that goes to the rest of the ship. So I'd say no, your weapons are probably in an armory nearby.
What about Tagar's army
what
of
about-
knives?
What about my knives?
I need my knives.
I mean, Eric, is that something you could feasibly like keep in your locker on an actual military base?
Yes, you wouldn't be able to keep like rifles or like firearms.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I would imagine you could have your knives in there, no problem.
But like you could have like a K-bar or something in your room or something in your barracks.
I'm sorry, a what? What'd you say?
A K-bar,
Or a
Big
knife.
fucking knife.
Oh, okay.
Big knife.
It's like the big Rambo knives.
For a minute, I was like, what kind? Like a protein bar? That kind of bar?
Yeah, a kill protein bar.
They attach to the ends of the rifles to be
It's like
bayonets.
the bayonet, right?
Okay.
We're on Twitch now, so I don't think I can show mine.
Oh goddamn, that's so cool. Oh fuck! You're cooler every time I talk to
I
you.
know, right?
Where would the phased pulse rifle be? Would I have to go to like the science lab to pick that up?
Yeah, they probably have it locked down in the science lab, until your actual mission. Because
Okay,
he's
that
probably
you
like
know.
checking it every time you use it and then making sure it's being recharged. So
So I have
Oh,
three
okay,
knives,
so-
so I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
you
one
got
to Cruz and one to Weaver.
Cruz has a knife, but he'll take a second one if you want to give it to him.
I mean, no, because I want to.
all right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I'm making a roll here.
We're gonna start to clear a path towards the med bay.
Tagar, you notice when you go to give Weaver a knife, as you guys are like getting Herschel up off the ground, she's kind of like taking a step back, and she looks like completely like shocked right now, and like you have to like kind of do one of those to like she's like kind of snaps out of it. You can tell like she seems very concerned about Herschel, and then she's like, yeah, and she grabs the knife.
Like, hey, we're gonna get them fixed up, but we need to clear a path. Let's make sure we can get them there.
All right.
I'll take lead.
Is there an alarm
Cruz,
button
Weaver.
we can hit?
Behind me.
I would imagine there would be, but as far as you guys can tell, everyone's probably still in cryo.
There's got to be like an emergency button that would like at least get the LT out of cryo so she can start coordinating, right?
I would imagine that's probably in a different room of some
Do we
sort.
know?
Do we know
We
where
don't even know
her,
if we don't even know if she's awake. Like she could be. Like,
do we know where her
would any
cryopod
commanding
is?
officer
Yes.
commanding officer be awake during this?
If you're in FTL, no. Everyone except synths would be in cryo, and sometimes synths are in cryo too.
What,
we-
what about
can
the
we tell-
LTs and the
Can we
command squad
tell if
synth?
Weaver?
so
or if-
Roy might be out of cryo. It depends. If it's a short FTL jump, he might go into cryo. Usually the synths are kept out of cryo if it's a long journey and they need someone to like watch over the ship. If it's like months or years. If it's maybe only a week or so, they might not even have the synth out. It also depends if the synth has shit to do. So
do we
may
know
not
if
be.
Herschel was in cryo or not?
You're guessing not because you found him out of cryo.
Yeah, but we all got woken
Is-
up out of cryo, so I wasn't sure if. Does he get put to sleep when we are?
I see what you're saying.
He's-
Normally,
he's got his own cryo unit. We
Yeah.
could probably check. Like, it's gonna be something.
yeah,
right?
you'll probably have to make a test because either way would I think they automatically close once everybody's out of them, right? So I don't know if they stay open. I don't recall if they stay open. Maybe they do. I guess they kind of did in the movies. They never shut unless somebody else was in them. So yeah, I guess you look and his is open. You'd have to check to see if it was.
Do we know if he went to sleep with us?
That's a good point. Let me check my notes. Yes, he did go to sleep with you guys.
Someone or something woke him up.
To attack him. Interesting.
Obviously, this is the UPP behind all this.
Yeah, you'd have to actually check his cryopod logs and stuff to get more information. But you all recall he did go into cryo at the same time you guys did.
Well, I'm gonna start making a path towards. I'm gonna tell O'Connell, Reed, get Herschel up. Let's get him over to the med bay. Would it be the med bay for an android, or is there a different
The workshop.
Yeah, again, that's something they go into great detail in, but I'd say either one.
Because we went to the med bay last time because it's right down the hallway.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, okay. And yeah, so I'm gonna start.
Can
out.
we go? Can I go wake up the LT?
Yeah, you're going to be going in a different area, but yeah, you'll have to split up if you want to go to the LT.
How far is that? Like,
You'd probably be about like a turn or two away from each other.
okay, I'm gonna tell Weaver go with him.
Yeah, sure. And as her and Cruz go towards the LT's area, she like does one last glance over her shoulder towards you guys, and then the two of you are off.
Do I notice she does that?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
You totally notice it.
I get real serious and I look at her. I'm like, he's gonna be all right.
Yeah, she kind of like bites her lower lip and gives you a nod, and then her and Cruz go around the corner.
I'm gonna be the first in the med bay, clear it, make sure everything looks good.
Okay.
Tell them to get Herschel jacked up, whatever, and I'll probably head out. Tell them to lock the doors and head out towards Cruz and Weaver.
Okay. So I just want to point out, if you are going to attempt to fix Herschel, it is not like a med test on a human. It takes hours to fix a synth. So if you do that, that is what you're going to be doing for probably this entire encounter.
This is a member of our team.
I'm just saying this is not just like you pump him full of stims and he's or you tourniquet a wound. This is internal systems are damaged. You can tell that he's obviously been fried by something, whether it was electricity or fire. And if it was either of those things, especially if it was electrical damage, that, it's like having to fix a computer, a computer that's inside of a human. Like it's that complicated. So it's not like you just turn it on and off, or fix a few bolts. You have to troubleshoot. You have to find what's damaged, figure out what's fucked up. So you've kept him from going offline, but he is eventually going to shut down because of the damage he suffered. So you have a moment, as far as game terms, you have a moment to speak with him before he does shut down. But again, he is still glitching out while he's speaking, but he can still somewhat communicate.
I feel like we need to get him back up as quickly as possible.
We just need to know where Maitland is.
To figure out what happened.
Just like a Y or something.
Well, like I said, you have moments to speak with him before he goes offline, and then you're not going to be able to repair him in any short amount of time. But if you want to sit here and do that, you can. But it means you're probably going to be partaking in what's about to happen.
All right, but I know I can bring him back up, even if he shuts down.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
unless his body was physically destroyed beyond repair, but it looks like he's just taken a ton of damage. Bishop was ripped in half, and they were still able to get him going again for a little bit, right? So,
Kyle's fucking robot was just constantly jumping into damage every turn for 6 combat.
Not only was Bishop ripped in half, he survived an orbital crash.
That's
also,
true. That's true.
and she still got him back online.
Yeah.
Granted, he asked for death at that point.
Can you blame the guy?
No, but point taken nonetheless. All right, yeah. So I'll try to get to a point where I can talk to him.
Yeah. So you get him in there. I think Reed and Tagar are in there with you. Cruz and Weaver go towards the LT. I'll roll for the LT really quick. I assume you just pull her out of cryo.
How long does it take to do it slowly?
at least 2 to 3 turns. So you're
Just
talking
like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, it's an emergency. It's like, okay, Weaver, you have to tell her I'm so sorry about this. I don't mean to be so rude, but we fucking need her right now. And I just open her up, and I will try to make it as easy on her as I can.
Okay. As much as I like Casados, it would be awesome if she fucking died while you tried doing this.
No!
Whoa!
So here we go. Actually, Sean, you can roll the 66 for the damage.
Oh, no.
You're the one hitting the emergency activation button.
I know. I'm gonna walk in and he's gonna like
Just one.
be
Just one.
dead.
Okay, well, that's good. She has more than 1 health, believe it or not.
She has to have like 2 minimum, right?
minimum 2 at least. At least.
Breathe on it, she's
Yeah,
falling
but now
over.
her other eye gets blacked after the second time.
No,
getting pulled out
I'm
of the
literally trying to catch her as she falls, like she stumbles out of this.
All right. Well, you catch her, and she just spits up blood all over the front of your shirt, and she takes like a big. And at first, she's like, she's almost like trying to like fight you, like throw you back, like she thinks she's being attacked, and like between you and Weaver, like LT, it's us. She kind of like snaps to, and she's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
That Maitland android attacked Herschel. Something's going on. He said he was trying to do something. I don't know. Herschel's fucked. We're all awake now.
Where is he?
We don't know. Herschel's fucked. We're trying to figure out.
Shit. All right. Give me a second. We gotta get to Mother. Mother can find where he's at. She's like, "Where's everybody else? Anybody else up?"
Yeah, our whole squad's basically up in the med bay trying to fix Herschel or find out what's happening.
All right. She's like, "Go tell them to meet us up at. I'll head up to Mother, and we'll check the bridge. You should be able to track him down." And she's like, "Weaver, you come with me," and she like tells you to go tell the rest of the squad like that's where they're gonna go.
All right.
However, is she suspicious?
Is she paranoid?
Oh, it was almost the 6. You wake me up one more time, Cruz. I swear to God.
This is the first time. What do you mean one more time?
Start swearing at you.
It
in
only
Spanish.
takes one.
Mm-hmm.
I do we
She's pulling a Vasquez. Goddamn pendejo. All right.
That's a turn on for some people.
Well, I mean, maybe for Cruz, who knows?
Hey, man. If she looks like Vasquez, hell yeah. All right. Meanwhile, back in the med bay, you have moments here as he's shutting down. What do you say to him?
Where is Maitland? Or Madeline, where the fuck his name is?
Maitland.
Why'd
Thank
he attack?
His eyes kind of flutter, and he looks at you, Tagar, and he says, "I followed him after Carvalho access to the network. He's Mishka. He's going for the urn, the urn that we found. And then he starts to glitch out, and he shuts it down.
So after I guess heard the urn, do we know where the urn was stored?
Yes.
Okay. After I hear that, I'm gonna like turn to O'Connell and Reed and be like, we need to stop him now, and like start running out the door.
Okay. Reed and
I'm gonna
O'Connell.
carefully store Herschel.
Yeah, we'll assume you guys have him up on like one of the med bay tables or something like that.
Is he a David model? What model is he again?
Remember,
He's Mr. Clean.
he is a veritably model. It's canon.
Because veritably is the name of Mr. Clean.
Yeah. He's
Right.
He's a
Come on, bro. Take notes.
God.
Well,
Try to do some world building, and they just shit all over it. You know.
I got you, Chris. I'm fucking working here. Okay.
Thank you.
My main concern is if he has a similar like shutdown mode, like what happened in was it Prometheus or was it anyway, when no, it wasn't Prometheus, it was I'm all over the place tonight. Thank you, Covenant, where he goes in like a fetal position almost when he shuts him down in the synth on synth violent fight. You know what I mean?
He got like stabbed in the neck and then like healed, right?
Yeah, after the fingering, yeah.
And I'll do
Not
the
how I
fingering.
described it.
I don't recall seeing either of them. Oh, yeah, you're right. They had a fight. I mean, that's kind of what he's already like that because he's been shutting down. So he's kind of curled up a little bit.
Just want to make sure he's safe and snug.
No, yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Get a blanket, tuck him in.
Yeah.
Give
I
him
put a little pillow behind his head.
Give him a little kiss on the forehead.
I fix his hair. I comb it.
I take a little cap on it. Make sure it's like one of those red light caps. It's
Yeah,
massaging his
blankie over
skull.
him.
We
Yeah,
take
this-
care of our androids.
Yeah, this fucking synth gets it better than most people on this shit. Damn.
Putting like a nice luscious machine oil on his skin and in his joints.
He's gonna shine. He's gonna shine when he wakes up.
Okay. O'Connell makes sure to massage it in, like gets in all the nooks and crannies.
With his mouth, right?
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. All right. And then I follow Tagar.
Okay.
I would comms in that Weaver and the LT are going to Mother and ask for an update.
So, you guys wouldn't have your comm units.
We don't have our comm units in our...
That would be like stored with like your helmets and shit, like your armor and stuff. All that's in your lockers are like your fatigues and like personal effects. So, because typically your comm unit is on it's part of your helmet. So.
Will we pass each other in the hallway?
Yeah, no, I
He's
assume
coming
he's
back
coming
to us.
towards you, so you have to physically go there. But yes, you guys run into each other in the hallway.
Okay, I wasn't sure what direction the urn was. And like as I'm like running towards the urn, I'm gonna yell at Cruz, but like, he's going for the urn.
Don't we need to pick up some guns or something?
Do we pass the armory on the way there?
Oh, I don't know. This is where a fucking layout of the Sulaco would be really great.
I feel like this is a high or low.
Yeah, it definitely is. It totally is.
It's
Why?
all-
You always fail those.
No, well, it's up to you, Eric. Fucking you roll the high or low this time.
Yeah, Corporal.
I'm
What's
not
it
gonna be responsible for that.
Then I'll take the B for this.
I don't need a gun.
Facts.
Oh, okay,
Facts.
Mr. Resilient. Yeah. Fucking all right.
over here.
If everyone except Tagar is okay with me rolling a high or low, I'll roll a high or low.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we know what you're gonna roll.
It's always
think-
69.
I think I should roll, which is also 69.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna put it on you.
Yeah! We win again! This
Because
was like
O'Connell
3
did
in a
it.
row. We fucking finally earned it, boys. Like 2 years of failure, and it's coming up, Millhouse.
All right. So, a couple things here.
It's amazing.
Would the four of you... Also, I think everyone should take a point of stress when you guys get ripped out of cryo. Herschel's been annihilated.
I mean, I guess.
Sean almost killed the LT. You know, there's a lot going on here.
Almost killed the elf. How much HP does she have?
Don't worry about it.
Mm.
Do more damage and find out.
Damn, I increased my stress and it closed my notes tab for this. That's just, it didn't save it. That's so upsetting.
Ooh. Sean, come on. We've learned to hit save every time you're done typing.
So fucking stupid.
It is. Yeah, and then everyone, the four of you, please give me observation tests.
Nice.
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 Okay, for those of you that pass, as you are... Alright. As you are making your way towards the armory, you do notice there is an emergency warning light flashing when you guys go past the cryo area where Chimera Squad is located.
I will let Tagar know. I'm just going to check on them, make sure they're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More the merrier. Might need the help backup, you know.
I also can't let my addiction specialist die. I don't say that out loud, but like, okay, I need Mr. Green.
So I noticed the light going off, so I'm gonna yell to Cruz, like, hey, check on Chimera Squad.
Okay.
And make sure your methadone clinic is available.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
So Cruz goes to Chimera Squad. The other three of you go to the armory.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna send Cruz by himself. I'm gonna send.
Why not?
Weaver can go.
Weaver's
bet
with
you
the
Weaver-
LT.
with the
Weaver's
LT.
lieutenant.
Uh,
I'm gonna send Reed with you. Sorry,
Yeah,
Cruz.
give me an NPC.
I don't want to be next to him right now.
Hold on, does Reed even have a knife?
No, I don't need.
I
a
don't
knife.
trust
Good.
him with a knife.
That's okay. I will use him as a body shield.
I'll say the females had to go together to brush their hair before they get ready. It's going to take them a little while.
We don't condone any of this
Wow.
sexist rhetoric on this stream, sir.
Canceled. Canceled.
Hey, Lieutenant Casano's got to look good for when she gets to the bridge. Okay.
Next, you to say they're over there making us sandwiches for after we're done with this.
No.
Oh,
No,
my
they
God.
Dude,
Okay.
Weaver would definitely make you make your own sandwich. Okay. She ain't
Weaver would
making
make you
shit.
make her sandwich.
Let's all right, let's timestamp this
Yeah.
so Chris knows to edit this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, what's the timer look like? It's fucking 12 o'clock.
She's bash her hands like, yeah, more mayo, Reed. Cut the crust off. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. So Reed and Cruz are going to
Chimera Squad.
Chimera Squad. Okay.
Me and O'Connell are gonna go strap up.
Okay. How strapped are you guys getting? Because the more you get strapped, the longer it's going to take.
Well, have you ever seen the movie Batman Forever? And when Batman and Robin get ready, nipples and everything.
So I want 2 firearms.
I'll say, if
What?
you want to equip your armor, that's going to slow you down. If you're just grabbing a gun off the rack, that'll take a few seconds.
Yeah, just a gun off the rack, and maybe an extra one just in case Cruz or Reed meet back up with us and don't have one.
All right. You can grab gun with 1 clip of ammo in it. Anything else is going to take longer.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna grab mine then.
And
All right,
obviously
but
not a
get a
smart
gun.
gun, because that takes time to put on.
Gotta just take my normal
Yeah,
weapon
your M4?
with the.
Yeah.
So I have the NSG
Yeah,
23.
yeah, it's the same thing. It's an assault rifle. Okay. So you grab that, and O'Connell, you grab a gun?
Same thing, yeah.
Okay.
So while we're running, are there like OSHA safe fire extinguishers you could grab as like a blunt weapon?
Oh, yeah. I would imagine so.
Reed, grab one of those.
Makes sense. Yeah, you guys can grab a fire extinguisher, so he's at least got
Right.
something.
So if you find anything funny, I'll bash you upside the head with it.
Why am I your enemy here?
Wow.
Listen, you're just why you woke up the same time I did. I don't know, but I don't like it. Something's
You're the
not right.
newest member of the squad, okay? And your player was Schmidt. You're the most suspicious.
So you
Wait.
get inside the area where Chimera Squad's cryo tubes are, and you see that one of the tubes, you can see on the screen, there's lights flashing that you can tell something is wrong.
Is it a comm tech to like figure out, or can we just like see on the thing what it says?
Yeah, so you run up to it, and you see that it is basically it's showing an error that the oxygen for this cryopod has been severed in some way, either shut down or disconnected or malfunctioning or cut, and you can see that it is Carvalho's pod, and you can see that he is beginning to suffocate and die.
if we just like emergency release him, will he be okay? Besides the normal
And
emergency.
that is where we're gonna end for tonight.
Oh, bro, fuck you, fuck that. What dog shit ending? What are you
I didn't even get
doing?
to stab anybody tonight.
Right? Alright, well, let me scroll back down to my notes so I can say that Corporal might be dying of asphyxiation.
Oh yeah, you can see his body starting to shake in the cryo tube. All right, told you there was some shit was gonna go down tonight. So
I don't know. It's pretty chill. I don't know.
we will be back next week. We'll get this finished up and we will dive into our next mission, Operation Quiet Catch, I believe is what it's called.
That's what I have in my notes.
All right, cool. All right.
Last-
We'll see you all then. Until next time, same place. Signing off.